Hey, yeah, thanks for coming on by, Never's Doom. And yeah, hopefully there's a little bit to learn. We're gonna be messing with some Chart.js, some GitHub pages, hosting of static pages, Code Wars, of course. Well, we can at least learn doing some Code Wars and Leak Code, right? Thanks for coming on by the way. Hope your Tuesday has been going well. Welcome on by, folks, to the stream today. As I flip my screens around, there it be. So, today, gonna be doing the elite code of the day, as usual. A nerd nine coming on by. How was Aaron's stream last night? I couldn't hang for the rest of it. Seemed pretty good. But yeah, today we're doing the elite code of the day. And we're going to be doing a few code wars, as classic string related code wars. And then we're going to add a bar chart. At the very least, we're going to add one bar chart to my Twitch chat poll visualizer, which this is what that looks like, by the way. It does this, and then there's going to be a bar. Well, this is going to be split in half, and then there's going to be a bar over here, and the circle will live over here. And yeah, maybe work on our express handler tracker. And near the end of stream, I'm going to be going kind of, putting my express handler tracker to the limits step by step to see how it works on, Leon's to do local, to do MVC local, to do MVC off local example. There are only so many ways I can say that, but I got it right eventually. Hey, Owen Code, thanks for coming on by. By the way, for those who are not in the know, I am not the only 100 devers streaming at the moment. There is also Ship That Code. So if you want to go check them out, they're live right now. They're doing some planning for their 100 hours project, Figma, all kinds of cool stuff. So if you are a Figma expert, or just love to see some Figma, feel free to head on over there, give them some love. Okay, Owen Codes. How do I add my overlay again? Do I know how to do it with OBS Stream Elements? Well, I can look up OBS Stream Elements, find out what that is. Stream Elements. But yeah, my overlays, trying to figure out which one you're trying to refer to. Are you referring to the timer, or you're referring to the, what you call it, the notification thing, the text notification thing? Okay, cool. Basically OBS for streaming. Gotcha, gotcha. So for the timer, this is a browser source and this is a locally hosted web server. Ah, the alert thing. Okay, good, good, good. So that it's kind of unique. I'm using that specifically through Streamlabs. So that HTML, CSS, and JavaScript that I shared last time on that gist, I think. Yeah, I think it's actually is a just github.com. Should be right up at the top. Base, here it is. Yeah, so all these three things, if you're using Streamlabs, you put them in your custom overlay HTML, CSS, and JavaScript sections for each. If you're not though, then this needs a lot more customization. So like this doesn't do the actual listening for it and all that. Like Streamlabs renders this and then replaces name, amount, count, and like other things with the correct things. So it's not drag and drop, unfortunately. And I wouldn't know how Streamlabs specifically does it. But this is the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript that, with a little bit of work, you can get it to visually look the same wherever you do it. Yeah, for sure. The testing, it's very much the way Streamlabs does it. They spawn the window, they fill all this in, and then it fires off on its own. Yeah, it's a unique way of doing it, but it lets you do custom stuff, which does work when you're using Streamlabs. If you're using anything else though, kind of got to take this as a base and build on it. I'm trying to, get away from Streamlabs, get all self, but that takes time, and time ain't free. Yeah, I appreciate you giving it a shot, and yeah, I hope you can, with a little bit of changing for whatever particularly Stream Elements likes, because you'll need to hook into the event somehow. And I don't know if that thing even offers it, because that is the Twitch API, which, whew, that's a can of worms right there. That's why Stream Elements exists, because it abstracts away most of that work for us. Of course, yeah. Okay, so first, as always, going to be doing the LeetCode of the day. Clicky clicky over here. Not that much time. Also, not that much time. There we go. 20 minutes as per usual. So, binary tree pruning, and here it is in the chat. Those who want to give it a shot themselves. So, given the root of a binary tree being an object that has a value, a left and a right, left and right being null or other binary trees. Return the same tree. So we're not returning a new tree, we are returning the same tree. So this operation, well, hold on. Return the same tree. I don't know, could be, it could not be. For every subtree of the given tree not containing a 1 has been removed. A subtree of a node is a node plus every node that is descendant of node. Have I said the word node, Eduff? Probably not. So, always gotta love a good picture. We're given a binary tree with a value of 1, a right of 0, that has its own right of 1 and left of 0, we're to return that one left of 0. Because for this node, it has a value of 1 because it is itself a 1. This node has a value of 1, so it has a child that is a 1. But this 0 has no value of 1 because it has no children, and it is not a 1. So that's the logic for determining, is this a good tree or a bad tree? Like, should we keep it or get rid of it? Here's another example. Here's an example of more children. So we have this one obviously says because you're a 1, but you have no children that are 1s, so, and you're also not a 1, so you gotta go. So this could also be reinterpreted as this is kind of a different LeetCode code in which the node has a total value as a sum of greater than 0. But yeah, they're keeping it very simplistic. I actually think I might be able to whip a visualization out of this, but we ain't there yet. I'm gonna do this. Well, let's run the code because we would like some example cases. Use example cases and yoink. Now, yeah, because some folks said, keep on forgetting that as cool as LeetCode is, the environment is not the best there. So we're gonna try to do this out here, and I just yoink some random code to turn these arrays into tree nodes. I have no idea if they're going to work, but we're about to find out. So that's the first thing, is by calling prune tree. This is our lovely function that we have to write. Inside here, we're just going to be console log the root. That's it, just console log on the root. Now we're going to call prune tree with not the array, but the array converted to a bunch of tree nodes, which apparently is done via this little function here. I just yoinked this from some site. Don't even know if it works, but yeah, about to find out. Let's turn on Quokka. Don't cross your fingers, folks. And input arrays undefined. My node input, or what kind of function? Okay, this did not have arguments coming in, but we fix it. And it outputs. So looking at this, we have a node of 1 with a right of 0, a left of 0, and 1. So that is 1, 0, 0, and 1. Right, so to visualize this, we have 1, left of nothing, right of 0, technically a 1, a left of 0, and a right of 1, which, if we take a look on back here, matches this exactly. So, good job, random code I copied off the internet. It has done its job converting it into a lovely tree node. I'll update the namings accordingly. This is another LeetCode in itself to actually do that, but we ain't here to solve that. Now, we want to return the same tree, but get rid of all the ones that don't have ones as their children. So first, we're just going to determine a little function of should be removed. Function should remove, or let's see, should keep. Should keep, we're going to take a root, and then we're going to return if we should keep it. So first, if it's null. So if not root, return false. Can't keep nothing. The next one is if root.val triple equals 1, then yeah, we're going to return true because we do want to keep it because it has a positive value. Then we're going to call the same function, should keep, for both root.left or should keep root.right. So this will traverse through all the children and say, I will attempt to keep you if either of these children I should keep. So you can see on the left path, this fails. On the right path, this succeeds. So false or true results in true. Now that should be the keeping logic. And now for the pruning logic. We're going to be going through all of the children of the root. So I guess this will be another recursive call and checking if a child should be kept. If so, or if not so, we remove it. So if root.left, first we're going to do the recursive call. So prune tree root.left, only if root.left is truthy. So if root.left, then go ahead and do a call over there. Same thing for root.right. Then now we're going to say, okay, if should keep root dot left. If we shouldn't keep you, then root dot left becomes null. This is how we delete the node. We set the pointer to it as null. Do the same logic for right. Then we return root. We should console log some of this. So console log. Let's read this. So we have a 1 with a right of a 0 with a right of 1. So we got rid of the left. Now if I just do this again for these two below examples, we should see similar outputs, but it's going to be more parentheses. It's going to be basically indistinguishable though, because there's a lot of console output here. But we can try see if which one of these have charts. Okay, so this is 1, 1, 1 in a line with all the zeros on the left. And looking at the results, we have a 1 with a right of 1 with a right of 1. Those are all three of those. Now this one's going to be tough to visualize. Yeah, we ain't about to do that. I'm trying to think if we can smush this any further, but I think this is perfectly fine. So our two little functions can re-enter LeetCode.com, and wow, indentation was not friendly. Let's try it again. Sure, I guess someone was using tabs and someone was using spaces, but we here now. Boom. And okay, now I am doing this recursively, so I'm aware that if there's a lot of nodes, it could be a stack overflow. But it does say the range between 1 and 200, and last time I checked, our stack limit is somewhere in the large thousands. Ooh, great sadness. Okay. Input 0, null, 0, 0, 0. Output 0, expected nothing. Okay. Well, let's take this input. So, first understanding it, we have a root of 0. That's not a 0. We have a left of nothing with a right of 0 with a left of nothing. Honestly don't know, but there are zeros everywhere, and the fact of the matter is that I kind of assumed we would always keep at least the root. But if this is 0 and everyone else is 0, then we shouldn't be keeping ourselves. What's my logic for that? Calling should keep on the root itself, and if not, returning null. Seems like it would work. Where's the best place to call that? I can see a lot of optimizations here, especially if these should keep calls could very well be optimized. We'll do it right here. So if we shouldn't keep ourselves, well, this is the last one, so this can actually be Turner. So if we should keep ourselves, then we keep ourselves. Otherwise, we return null. Let's see if that works with our new example. Right here. Gonna copy it, put it in the test case box, and hit run. Good. I think that might have just been an edge case, so let's hit submit. There we go. Not first try, but pretty close. Okay, now we're gonna take this code and drop it in here. Oh, not all of it. I need some of that top code. Because I would like to, well, I deleted too much. I would like to mess around with this and maybe whip up a visualization. But that won't be the first thing we do. Let's check out the official solutions to this. Most viewed. Here we go. Recursive solution, self-explaining, I guess so. Okay, so they're using all one method, just the prune tree. Yeah, that's some code. Let's check out the jar of our script solutions. Here's the most viewed one. So root right equals root right and prune tree. Okay, so if there's a value, the prune tree result of it. And then here's the zero check. If my value is 0 and I have no left and no right, then return myself. Yep, much more concise. Not, I believe, as humanly readable though, because the good old should keep function seems very explicit to me. It's should you keep the thing. I do tend to like that one a little better. With that, there's our LeetCode down. Hey, thanks for the follow there, Jimmy Legit Bram. Well, you are legit, so hope your Tuesday's legitimately been going well. Hi, hi, yeah. We just finished up the LeetCode of the day. Now, we're gonna work on this Twitch chat poll visualizer, which is a mouthful. We're gonna add a bar chart to it. Oh, that's quite bright. There you go, folks. Our eyes. Yeah, nice to meet you too. I'm just gonna add a bar chart to this here little graphic thing. Don't know how, but we'll figure that out. This is the code for that repo if anyone wants to follow along. It's not too crazy. It is a static page, so no, it's a little step back from all of our full stack development, but pages are still static. Live server. So if I just open a live server, life begins. I think I'll switch it to Twitter Den. There we go. See, these are the themes for places I want to post the video. So I've made as many themes for places that get the video. And now, so like this is like the data for it. Now you're going to notice it's missing a lot of information because it can receive all its configurables via the URL. Yeah, of course. I'm always open for questions, Jimmy. Legit, like backseating, chatting questions is welcome. Diversions, distractions, no need to worry about me losing focus because I barely have it. I will lose focus without your assistance, so don't worry about it. Okay, metrics. So many questions. What would some of those questions include? Apparently, we got a queue. A lot of people like React so much. So it solves a problem. That problem mainly being synchronization and state management, I suppose. Like keeping your view in sync with your data. So it's just a tool to solve the problem. Oh, you're just kidding. Okay. Nah, don't. I wouldn't say that, Jimmy. Legit. No, no questions are stupid. They just come from different perspectives. You know, it's all about how much time you've had to devote to learning insert skill here, and I've had a fair amount of time, so it's not. It's no questions are stupid. Just the unasked. You know. Just feel free to ask away. Oh no, you're gonna give me some weird riddle or something, aren't you, metrics? Oh no, Xmetrics right now, they're hacking into my Anki deck. They're pulling out my hardest cards. Here it comes, folks. Why does it look so weird? Oh, because I'm not using Chrome. Yeah, yeah, I know. Chrome bad, Firefox good. It looks better on the web on Chrome sometimes. Can't deny it. Oh, okay. Console log. Why is come out if the answer it does? Bonus points if you figure it out. Okay, so I'm not gonna run it, but I will drop it on screen so we can read it. Oh, I was gonna do that. Okay, so this is one. Oh, this ain't the OR symbol. This is, oh, this is the binary one, isn't it? Ah, this is painful. We're doing a bunch of bitwise operations. So I'm trying to goldfish memory this. So if I'm saying like 1010 or 0101, this will turn to 1111. I think that's how the operation works. Ah. Hmm. Okay, so you dictated everything in your old coder and he built it so all the ideas were mine. But I'm darned if I know how to translate it into JS. I mean, yeah, that's not very that's not a stupid question at all. It's a very complicated one, you know? So like the logic for whatever logic you had is there, just written in a completely different language, perhaps using libraries you're completely unfamiliar with. So yeah, oh darn it, you're telling me everyone isn't using the exact same technology stack as I am? Color me surprised. Yeah, that's you're not wrong, metrics. A lot of it is, because every time you got to add something new, you either work with whatever legacy existing code base there is, or convert it all to yours, to what you're familiar with, and then build on it. Ooh, cool. Custom built extension. I love those. Basically, yeah, content script. I am familiar with extensions. You need to control the extension via a site. Okay, so you'll need to, if the site needs to control the extension, the extension will need to expose functions by like adding them to the window or just making them available. That goldfish memory, the website will need to be able to call. Generally, I suppose this isn't the safest bet, but it's gonna work. I ain't no security expert. Ooh, Jimmy, that sounds horrible. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, metrics. I mean, that's kind of how I started off. Enough PHP to be dangerous with. Yeah, yeah, you can show it. I'd like to give this little attempt though. So two string. No, nothing said I couldn't convert a Yeah, it does X metrics. It sounds like you got something, just not what you were looking for, or it was incomplete in nature. I mean, dang, for 200,000. Hmm. Doesn't sound like he stole it. It sounds like he just stopped working on it. At least from the conversation. It's like he was working on it, you paid him, he delivered, and then he was like, "Well, I got other life to live, and I'm not delivering anymore." Yeah, it's ghosting of the technology world, basically, huh? Xmetrics, you got technologically ghosted. Mm-hmm. Ah, yeah. Sometimes that happens. So it's 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, and then 4. This isn't cheating X metrics, not at all. 100, 445. That's a big number. 4, 5. Lawsuit time. Yeah, I mean, if for sure, that sounds like it's a little more serious. I mean, the 200,000 probably made it obvious, but yeah, definitely lawsuit time. 4, 5. Hey, look at all these numbers, man. My word. More zeros. Yeah, man, definitely at that point. NDAs, I mean, contracts. I don't think anyone works for 200,000 without NDAs, contracts, and a whole team of lawyers just scraping over contracts with a fine tooth comb. Mm-hmm. Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I can check that out. Let me click it, see what this website is. Febu raffle, win raffle. Okay, yeah, seems like a pretty cool site. I mean, I don't know. Febu, that's a cool thing. I made some kind of raffle. Oh, it's mean. I wonder. I mean, yeah, there are legitimate things for all. On Vercel. Yeah, it goes to the Next.js app probably. Don't mind if I do. Oh, use request. Oh, I see your Next.js app. Oh, look at this Next.js app. I love me a Next.js. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they shouldn't be together, but hey, if you just put it in the same word, you know? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's a legitimate use for it. I ain't knocking that. But yeah, lots of cool stuff here. Yeah, neat. Let's get paid. Yeah, that's you're not wrong. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a a solid looking at least Next.js site. Um, I'm not gonna off with it. But yes, it seems nice. Not sure what UI framework this is. Yep. It's like, oh look, this random person showed up and they don't have any social media accounts, but they just won the $5 million prize. Yay! So I forgot what class or inline CSS. Oh really? Style CSS. Call. Just tell me which framework this is. Now look at the HTML. How do you recreate that with your newly created script? So this is all, so like you're wanting to recreate basically the full stack of this. So here's the thing, you can't see, I mean, I assume you have access to the code, the back end of this that's doing basically the managing and all that. But if you're talking about the front end, all the code technically is here. It's just written in React. I mean, which is all, it's in production React, so it's all smushed and stuff. So if you're looking for a tool or something to extract this and recreate it, I'm not going to see anyone that's going to give you good results, but you have it all here. You can slowly rebuild it, matching these requirements, literally. And yeah, whoa, dude, that's and they were using Raffler. Oh, wait, what's this called? Rigger, the Rigger Raffler, Raffle Wriggler. Yeah. Jim Bob, you go, Jim Bob. But yeah. I mean, hey, it is what it says on the tin, so I don't blame them at all. But yeah, for sure. How would you recreate that using your newly created script? I honestly never heard of it, or I don't recall enough of it to say either way metrics. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. So that was just them. They were messing it up, not the system was messed up at that point. But yeah, if you have your sorry, go for some memory. Yeah, you have the extension and you need the script to control this extension via the site. Script currently points to AWS. Okay, so if you can, so yeah, one of them needs to be recreated and points back to the other. That obviously wasn't AWS. That was very much Vercel. So you need to rebuild your script and have it point to this place instead of your AWS site. Oh, jeez. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess it is McDonald's. They're not really gonna do anything too much about that behavior. I guess as good as mine. Okay, that's his server, so you need to get it on your server. Yeah, well, here's the thing. There's $200,000 involved. I assume you have a copy of the code. It's gonna be real weird if you don't have a copy of the code. I mean, I guess at those ranges, maybe they were working a different way in which you didn't get the code until it was all completed. But for 200,000, I figured you'd have some code. Wow. Oh, okay. So you built the new one. Great. So if you already have the new one built, you need to point the extension. So you already have the extension. You need to point it not at the old one, but at the new one. Yeah, metrics. That's what money does. Ah, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't mean to pry into the details. It was just like, oh, where'd that go? I see, yeah. Yeah, so it sounds like you already recreated it. You already have the extension. You need to now point the extension at the new site instead of the old site. Nah, it's good. The number should be 1535. To get back to this one. 1535. Yes, I know how the binary OR operator works. Congratulate me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Was the challenge here metrics to do the conversions or to do the ORing? Like, I don't know. I kind of just cheated and was like, let's pull out some pen and paper and just do it manually. Hey, that's a good one, metrics. Yeah. At first, I was like, man, the styling for the word February, they really failed. But yeah, it could be that too. Ah, absolutely. You gotta love a sense of humor, can't you? You gotta love it. Yeah, yeah. My friend named it this. Don't worry about it. I believe you though. Yeah. Okay, Chrome. Let's open the Chrome. Yeah. For sure. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, if it works, it works, right? Have this CSS. I don't remember any of this code to be honest. Mm-hmm. It's the price you pay, right? You're not paying it in money, you're paying it in your life. The rest of your life. Okay, so this is doing a thing. Hey. The one has a height of this. So what if this one had a width? So I want to get two of these side by side. Oh, this thing's super wide. Okay. Where is that computed as? Margin. I don't want any margin. No margin. How dare you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they're still around. They're just styled differently now, right, folks? Ah, there it is. Get rid of the margin. Hmm. Okay, maybe we can make these display inline block. Make this one also display inline block. There we go. Now they are beside each other. Exactly what I want. And then for this, I want them to be... So the line one gets full width, but the other one gets 50% width. Okay, so all those stylings I did, you go back to the way you were. Get your height back. Yep. Congratulations. You are restored. for you, width is going to depend on how many small elements we have. $50 VW seems right. How does this play? I need to grab my JSON. Oh, I forgot how bad these colors look. Okay, this is actually looking pretty okay, minus this text that just fell off. There we go. Okay, so a few things need styling. Index CSS, line 36. Technically, that just needs to be an HTML div. And then all my players need to be shifting around. I'll give you a class of inline. You got it, Xmetrics. That's updating. I don't know. I don't know why it picked that out, Automon. I'm sorry. But yeah, it just updates the chart every second with the new data. And the chart.js library just handles the animation. So I'm not doing the animating. It is. I'm just feeding it new data. I'll replay it. Yeah. I'll try to replay it. One play. There you go. Yep, so I just feed it data and it updates. Yeah. It's pretty cool, you know? Works pretty well. Things have changed. This is the very first poll I made where I was using vibrant colors and black text, which doesn't work for yellow anymore. But yeah, we're going to be adding a bar chart, which I love to profile that. Oh, you know, would you now? Would you? I mean, just look at this HTML. You think this is good performance? I'm updating it on the millisecond. The performance of this span alone is gonna send bad signs. But yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. That'll be fun. Yeah, we'll start it from 2. So I think that's stuff starts happening, and record. Oh god, the profiler just. Oh no. Uh oh. Yeah, as long as it works, right? The goal was to generate videos, and it generates videos appropriately. Yeah, it's flashing a lot quicker for me than it is you, because you're limited like 30 on the stream. But yeah, she's Flipgram. It ain't gonna crash, nah. I got the RAM. It's slow RAM, but I got it. Now the profile might not generate, but can't say we didn't try. Okay, there it is. Yeah. It looks about as bad as I thought it would, to be honest. It looks about as bad as I thought. Yeah, look at it. Okay, so here's when it actually starts. Yeah, it's simply because I'm hitting it every second. It's yeah, it's not good. I don't know what we were looking for, but mm-hmm. Here's the visualization we're really creating. Let's see what it is here. Oh, you can actually tell that before there's any data. So it's pretty good. Like when there's no data and I'm updating the chart with emptiness, it's actually pretty all right compared to all of this. Yeah. I forgot this thing like takes the screenshots too. Yeah. Not enough screenshots apparently. But yeah, you know, it does its job, which is to generate, no, not again, to generate me enough things so I can screen share a video of. think I'll give you a width of 50 VW. Seems like enough to me. And then all I need to do is update my JavaScript. Not like typing JavaScript. Because my query selector for my pie chart is on canvas 0, and this one needs to move to canvas 2. Yeah, I'm moving down in the world. JavaScript. Yep, that's what it's called, Metric. What are you laughing about? Huh? That's what all the applications call it. I don't know what you're on about. That is what we put program in. So I remembered how I fixed this before. Display inline block. There we go. Goldfish memory. It's here. Oh, yeah, I suppose so. We're gonna have to pay some Leah royalties. Mm-hmm. That's right. Hey, thanks for the follow there, Mikkel. Your day's been going well. Mm-hmm. Those don't know who we're talking about. Leah T codes. They're the originator, or at least the popularizer in 100 devs of JavaScript. Hey, thanks for the follow, you too. Truly developed. Well, I hope we can all be at your level one day to be truly developed. I think this is working. I said at 50. Maybe we want a 45 because scroll bars exist. There we go. Now it's here. So the thing about it is, well, let's just see if that works at the moment. Remember, test quick or test often and test, what is it? I don't know, test often. Well, I forget where the actual, there it is. Okay, beautiful. That's honestly perfect. Now I'll just make sure that I only display the ones that are checked at the moment. So I gotta do another checky box. Leah, yeah, it's Leah, all right. I mean, they're not here right now. We were just talking about them. But yeah, they ain't here yet. They're more of a late nighter now, aren't they? Yeah. They're in the degenerate chats. So I got a checkbox around here somewhere. Pie line. I guess the order is technically next to this bar. There we go. Bar graph. I need to call it bar. I probably need to look up pie graph. Nope, I'm not doing any of that logic. So somewhere around here, I got all fancy and went dynamic, which means it's not hard-coded to something. I think what I want to do, let's do a refresh. Why is there so much scroll? Yeah, I know, my bad. It's my bad. Unregarding reading chart. Well, I'd love to see that error. Let's see what error that is. C36. Graphs type is chart. Oh, I broke that. So yeah, again, because of all this dynamic stuff, I added bar graph, and it was like, okay, we going. Let's make sure this still looks okay. Drop that. Okay, this is good, because it needs to be specifically this height, because that's what the recording screen box grabs. Well, including that. Leah's here in spirit, because we're talking about JavaScript, you know? Okay, so it's something hyphen graph. Now, okay, so it's checkbox. There we go. Here it is. Name ending with graph. This is how I did it. Then player set graph name. Here we go. Now I don't have that defined anywhere because it ain't here yet. But if I create one, which I guess be a copy of the pie graph, and yeah, it will literally be a copy, and I'll just query selector all to the correct canvas, which is the second one, aka index 1. I need to call it bar. I don't know if I'm doing any more dynamic magic. Uh-oh. Let's turn off bar. Okay, so the height of this is being all multiplied by how many I have, which I understand. that is breaking what I have. If I'm just like, I only want line chart, someone around here. It's too tall. So we get some hiddens here. Hidden and hidden. Is that not hidden via display? None. Of course not, because the CSS specificity of ID player with a child of class inline is higher than just class of hidden. So the solution here. Okay, Metrics, I'm glad you did. Despite your hatred, glad you're able to recognize the beauty of the 3D print. We could do thinking thoughts of like, ooh, let's fix the CSS specificity, or we can just like do this and like no one tell Leon, huh? Right? No one, no one. Wow, I have to. We were not gonna tell everyone, but then I couldn't spell none, so I guess you all tell Leon now. Okay, let's check this Thingiverse thing out. Thingiverse resolution ender. Yeah, computer's gonna be like, you wanna look? Oh my. Yeah, that is not wrong. Wow, that's actually yeah, pretty topical for sure. Wow. Huh. Dang. Yeah, I mean, SpongeBob Sponge Holder. Okay, well we got some secret. Was this by Palmolive or whatever this company? Well, why is it so centered? Like it's a perfect marketing shot. What's that about? Yeah, I did. I didn't use the important at all though. Don't worry about that. Where's the water supposed to drain? Oh, out the. Yeah, so it is gonna sit there because I see like a few millimeters before the circle for the holes or legs rather. But if you just drill some holes, um, where would you drill the holes? I suppose. I mean, if it's flat, then water's gonna sit no matter what. If you make it, don't make it flat. You make it a concave like glasses. You can drill a hole in the very bottom. That'll do it. Yeah, I mean the sitting water though, because I mean I have some of those. No, what are they called? Food dryer offers. The things you just no, not food, dish dryers. You sit them there, and since they're flat, even though they have a bunch of holes, like water still sits in there. Not a lot of water, but still water. So I think you need to concave it just a little. Drying rack. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, either way, just drill some holes or don't print the holes. Since we're printing this, yeah. Why remove it when you can just not add it? Nah, it's a good derailment. It's a good rail. Oh, this is doing something weird. Okay, yeah, so don't worry about it, metrics. We ain't here for goldfish memory. We're here for a good time, not a long time, right? Actually, we're here for both. We're here for both a good time and it's gonna be a long time because the time was so good, right? We're not here for a short, boring time. There we go. Yeah. Hey, here we go. Here's my math. So height active graphs. So this is the thing I do, the math that's like not good enough because active graphs isn't they're all not all vertically stacked. So this needs to be active vertical graphs. Active vertical graphs. Hold on. Is active graphs used? It's literally only used here. So active vertical graph. So that's going to basically be trying to figure out the math way to do this because I'm going to have three booleans basically. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. And this one should represent 0 or 1. These other two basically count as half a point. So what I do is I'm like, your two are worth half a point. Then I will ceiling up. So if I have 1.5 active vertical graphs, it's obviously 2. So there we go, yeah. So object values graphs. Yes, we're going to lose a little bit of the dynamicism unless we do this right here by saying calculated height or height is 0.5. Congratulations. Yeah, this is back when we're all practicing our OOP, which is why it's sort of OOP. Height, bar, and line. Yep, you are worth a 1 value. So this is kind of a weighting system. Am I reinventing Flexbox? I better not be. Yeah, added vertical graph equals total plus if chart, then it is. So I kind of destructured this out. I want the height and the chart. If chart, then it is height, and then we'll math seal this. Chow. Now this isn't gonna work when I add another row, but we're not adding another row. There we go. So we have just pi, just bar, just line, none of them, pi and bar. Ooh, it's beautiful. We have the gridding, like we've gridded this thing out, and it's working. Now our bar chart is being very sad right now. We can see a line, like pie chart is ready to go. Bar chart, very empty. Let's upload some JSON and hit play and be disappointed as it doesn't play anything. Yeah, weekday stream intelligence, who dis? Yeah, it's me, that's who. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't able to do this Saturday because the group worked, so figured I'd, jump on the weekend here. Hey, those don't, and thanks to the bits there, intelligence. For those who don't know, intelligence does some pretty cool, chill streams, some co-working stuff. Are always pretty good. Hope your Tuesday's been going well. Excited for class. By the way, how did your group go or group project go? If you were involved or not. Hey, Aaron, the one, the only Aaron the lurker. I see you in here. Hey, oh, maybe you weren't lurking. Never mind. Okay, I just assumed. Those who don't know, Aaron, I think y'all know. Just some pretty cool Godot games. Always a riot over there. Ah, okay, intelligence. Yeah, it's all good. Completed mine yesterday, hence the yesterday and today's stream, and not the Saturday one. I wonder why the bar pie chart has no data. Because I gave it no data. There we go. So we're just gonna duplicate its data for now, just to show it off. But then we'll eventually turn it into a real bar chart. Yeah, for sure, intelligence. Yeah. Oh, you were lurking. I knew it. My instincts were right. See, I got the lurker sense. As a fellow lurker, I can recognize. Okay, this thing ain't working. Why ain't this thing working? We got no errors. That's good. Let's feed it more data. When in doubt, feed the data. Ah, here's the error. Line 23. Arrays differ. Play frame. 351. Hey, thanks for the follow there. ZT Zlal. Hope your Tuesday's been going well. Graph data bar. Where's graph data coming from? Oh, here it is. I wonder why it's missing. I never added it. Bar. Again, we're just filling it in so we can render it. I'm not so sure everywhere I say the word pi. That might be the goal. Hold up. Wait a minute. I need one of these. Boom. Wait, that's assigning the label from pi. I don't know if I need to do that. Oh, of course. I'm happy to help ZT Law. Yeah. There's lots of people in them channels, It's always a good time. I'm more than happy to have helped. Did I copy enough things for it to work? It don't look like it because I'm not seeing any of these over here. Oh, here they are. Okay. So what do I get? Like only one legend? Oh, I do get only one legend because that's the way it's supposed to be. Ah, I literally don't remember anything about writing this, do I? The first chart gets the legend. The rest of them just live with their own lives. They don't get legends. When did I decide that in the code? I think that's a bad decision. Yeah, everyone's display false, and then it's this magic over here that's like the first one gets a legend. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna just for funsies say everyone gets a legend because it's not centered now, which looks weird. Okay, yeah, everyone gets a legend. That works. But now there are too many legends. Hmm. So I can put the line chart on top, so these things will be below without their legends. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm not really thinking of any other easy way to do this, and we know we're about the easy ways here. So I just need to update all the pointers. So for Canvas, so pie chart, you just got updated to slot number 1. You got bar chart got moved to slot, hold on, number 2, and gamma, gamma, come on, chart, it's canvas, I'm saying the wrong word. Canvas, there we go. Yeah, pie chart is canvas number 1, which is the bottom left corner. Bar chart, bottom right corner. Pie bar line, there we go, which is 0 top line. Stylistically saying that the do, no I don't, it's just gonna work. Don't you love a good old live server? One sad thing about full stack web development, at least vanilla, you don't get that live refreshing easily without a somewhat better computer. I just need to flip this true to say not current found, and because the pie chart's first, we need the line chart first. Congratulations, line chart, you are getting so many upgrades. Yeah, line chart. There you go. Hope this doesn't break anything else. There we go, line chart gets the pretty thing. Then, hold on, pie and bar. I'm never gonna run it with just one of those two. It's fine. And now if we grab the data, you can't see it's on the other screen, but then we play, we have 2 circles. 2 little spinny circles. And there we go. That is a significant amount of progress. Ain't there all the way, but pretty far. I think in the next 9 minutes, we will be able to bar chart this thing up. Okay. Now we have to do, for the first time yet, write new code. I don't know, this is the worst part of the project. We gotta write new code. Because this bar chart takes other data. Okay, so we have to read code also. So let's see how this works. Give it, so data set is a single data set, with each data being the value of how many are in that one. Then background color for each color. Okay, so first, border colors. Do I want border colors? I don't think so. Loving it. Yeah, nerd. No, I mean that's kind of what's pretty cool about Twitch, right? You go and you'll find someone doing something that you've never seen before or never worked with before. So there's always something new to learn from, even if it's not tech related. But yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad you learned a little bit. That's right, gotta get that stock brains. Yeah, more brains, less bones, right? Because we don't want them bones, we just want the brains. My first data set. Hold on, that's not right. I want each one to have a different label. Okay. So this is also a cool thing about Chart.js, this library. They have these little playgrounds that you can mess around with live. So, wait, what is the one I'm messing with right now? Grass. So if I say grass, the data, I just duplicate it. So I think I'm going to need a different data set for each one. I say, how do I say that? 0, 50. Okay, so this is kind of what I want. I need to name them differently. And fire. So yeah, there's grass, and then there's fire. So this is kind of what I want, but I don't want doubling of bars. Can I say null? Do you skip nulls? Some languages skip nulls. You're not skipping the null. Oh no. Give you a single background color. Right, right. Does it even need to be an array? Awesome. Gotta love that. Okay. We're getting closer, you know. Rome wasn't built in a day. We'll figure out exactly how this thing likes it. So now we want bar chart, and we want to skip nulls or not display nulls. Something like multiple data sets. Oh, here's a skip null. There it is. Where'd I put that? Yeah, stronger every day. Oh, where's that option go? Options. There we go. Options. Skip null. True. No, you're not doing what I want. Bar percentage, bar thickness, bar skip. I should start reading some of these, huh? Oh, here. If true, null or undefined values will not be used for spacing calculations. That's what I want. Oh, is it in the data set? I don't know where this goes. Hey, we go. Look at that. We have the data. The data is ours. I was putting it in the wrong place, and it was so lenient. It just let me. There we go. So this is our plan. But we don't have that many labels. Why are there so many labels? Well, labels is technically just a count. So hold on. There's a lot more information that I need in this equation right now. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Hope your day's been going well. If you don't know, Ship That Code's actually on too. I'll see if I have them in clipboard. Ship That Code. I've actually gotten good at typing their name. Yeah, not for long. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're. How long do they usually stream? I think they start at 12. Yeah. Well, hey, at least Sam Kit Kat's on. They're on too. Fellow 100 devers. You know, we got all the 100 devers around. Everyone's excited for class, excited to. Basically, half of us are either scrambling to get our group stuff done, or we're glad it's done and just relishing in the peace and quiet of it. Which one are you, Ryan? You get your group done, or I think I might have. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. I don't think I asked you yet. But we're over here. We're gonna add charts. Not there. We're gonna add a new chart to my little pole visualizer. So we got the lines, classic. The circles, love them, and a bar chart. We're gonna add a bar chart. There you go, Ryan. It's about progress. Hey, Ship That Code. Thanks for coming on in. I was like, I was wondering what you meant by it. I was like, Ryan. When Ryan said, "Oh, not for long," I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Raid, hey, what is up? Hey, it's going good, going good. We're just working on adding a little a bar chart to this thing. I hope your stream went well. I mean, I was there for most of it, but yeah. I hope the second half went well. Got your design for, well, what was it called? Tech Path, yeah. Of course, yeah. Always come on by. Happy to see it going well. For those who don't know, Ship That Code does some pretty cool stuff. They're working on a Tech Path thing. Yep, is the working name. Well, I'm gonna use the name, so I'll just let me know whenever you update it, and I'll change it in my brain. But for now, they're working on this cool thing like Tech Path, where you can kind of document your technical path. That's a pretty great name. Through tech, from like what job you started at, what education slash improvements you made, and then your first that slash eventual job. And you can see like, ooh, they started here and now we here. So it's a nice thing to just, not only collect data, but also be able to see like, wow, look at that. Look at all these people who started at this, and then throughout their life or throughout they went to this educational experience, this thing, this cool like graphs. Think these graphs are nice? No, they got some cool graphs over there. They wrote them with Figma, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, I try to pay attention. I listen. That's about it. I don't watch, but I listen sometimes. But yeah, we're over here. We just got this thing working to show all three charts. And we're going to put a bar chart into the third one. So I thought about like donuts and pies, but I kind of already have these ones. So I was like, what charts does ChartJS have left to shove in here? I missed the cute cat. I missed the most important part, folks. Yeah, we just figured out the data that we need for my lovely bar chart. Trying to think. Well, actually, we're still tweaking the data to see if we need all this stuff. A and B. Oh, lovely. So we don't need that stuff. Still tweaking it. Yeah, it's one of the cool things about ChartJS, if y'all haven't used it or are curious about it. On their site, you can play around with these kind of live, like CodePen styles. I don't know what all this is. I'm deleting it. I don't know what it is, so I'm deleting it. That's how most of our group project went. Don't know. Delete. Okay, so I think this is all the basic structure we want. Now I just have to goldfish my way through, figuring out how to make a chart in ChartJS. So this is a bunch of old code from before. Plugins are labels, sure. I think this means the number 65 will like be here in the middle of it. I don't remember. Yeah, we have data sets as a mapping of data to background color. Okay, this is good. Yeah. What if I use zeros instead of nulls? It's gonna show up. Don't want that. So I need to do is for each of these, create an array of this long. So the data would end up looking like this. But for the current index, it needs to be a number, the number 0 to begin with. So let's start on that. So data variance map. I don't remember what variance is. Let's go look at that. Variance equals new variance. There we go. Which is called by set variance, which is called from get variant, which is called we'll get there eventually. There we go. It is color, label, and keywords. Awesome. So none of that information I actually need to make the bar chart at this point yet, at least for this particular line. I just need the index. So I'll create a new array. I can spell words. Array of length variance. So that's how many bars I want. That many bars. I need to fill them with nulls. So I'm not going to use this because I want to form a creation for each of them. So I'm going to say array dot from, which is a cool trick. If you pass as an object with a length attribute, it basically creates an array of that size. The cool thing about from is it takes a second argument. Basically a built-in map where you can take in the current value and the index that I need to use to transform current value from, so I want to call this vi. So if I triple equals vi, then 0, else null. I've set this type to bar while I'm here. Background color equals, I want the current background color. I'm also having multiple data sets, so don't you just love it? So data sets is technically, so let's go down here and say data sets equals variance.map. We do need the VI, the variant index, and we'll create our objecto. Then in here, we're going to be creating our array and then all the same. So the same logic, I just had it in the wrong place. And then for background color, I'm going to get the current background color. So we do know that get variant contains stuff. I don't know where it was written. Get variant. There you go. It contains a color attribute. So let me just move my cursor. There we go. So I do want to grab the color from this data. So I'm going to use it right here. After I spell the word color. Almost there. Boom. The word color. Now, all of this stuff. I guess I want all this stuff. Looks good. Let's see on the other charts if I do anything different. So yeah, bar charts there. So it's a little different on the line chart, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, this seems good, and I have just realized that I did all this to the pie chart. So new tab, paste, grab all the data that we need, which we can thankfully find with the these little git gutters. Super useful for knowing like what code did I just write. Just look over there and you'll be able to find it. So I can just yoink, copy all this stuff, and then do some time travel with the Control Z key. So go back to the past. We're almost there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so see, pi is left unharmed. And now to the bar chart, which is called the bar chart. There we go. Just had to make sure. Yoinking in our lovely data set. Boom. Boom. And we can do this manually. Kaboom. Okay, so this is going to work, but it's not going to work with the data because all of my accessing of bar data is assuming it's a pie chart. Now what we need to do is kind of describe what we need to do. So for each of these data sets, we need to grab the correct data set and update the data at the correct index. So we got a double indexing thing going on here. We need to index data set and then index data using actually the same index. So that won't be too bad. Let's search at bar, graph data, variance map 0. That is correct because those are all of our counts. They're all zeros. Go to the next bar. Variance bar plus equal change. That's true. So it does share a lot with pie charts, and that the goal is to keep a count of each field of data. So that's why this is similar, quite similar. Then if bar chart data, and then if this data differences. So we are doing a little bit of efficiency here. X metrics. We're not just saying update every time. We're saying update if stuff differs. But then we're doing this every like millisecond. So it's a lot of attacking the arrays. Here comes the stuff. Graph chart. Set the data chart to graph data dot bar. Okay, so the pi just takes an array of numbers. I don't take an array of numbers. I take an array of objects that each do a thing. So instead of reassigning, I'll need to do a loop. And since it differs, I don't know where it differs. It doesn't matter where it differs. I need to update the this indexed by I equals current value I. Oh, I think I just wrote it. Let I equals 0, I less than graph data dot bar dot length. Could have used variance for here now. Then look at this lovely code. Chow. Graphs bar chart data ith data set ith data, which should be the number. Set it to the current number. Feels right. Let's see what other bar tark we have. Okay. We're at the risk of a first try here, folks. Let us just shove the data in. Let's not even open up the console. Just gonna assume I did it right. It's okay. There was no real chance of a first try. Undefined reading data on line 352. So, graphs chart data, data sets. Ah, yeah, that's how it works. So what I need to do is transform the data sets into the actual array of data. So that's how I want to do that. Second try, yeah. So map data set. I need the data set. I also need the index, because it's going to be the index of the data to graph. So ds.data I. Now this. If this arrays differ wasn't already expensive, man, we are costing an arm and a leg to do that one. But we here. Again, like Metrics said, horrible performance, but it does the job. Almost. So 354. Cannot read properties of undefined reading data. So we're saying something.data. So the ith data sets is not doing a thing. Okay, let's look at the bar. I thought I made a lot of data sets. I constructed a lot of data sets. I don't remember updating them. So let's think of thoughts. I thought I initialized every time, but we can console log. Those console log literally what it's outputted. So ka-chow. Yeah, so they are all there. Let's just for funsies delete electric. Okay, so yeah, we're losing responsiveness, but in this particular instance, it should all be here. Null, 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 0. Yeah, those numbers are doing what we want. The colors are as we want. Okay, let's go to the line. Oh, I forgot which line it was. That is failing at. So it's not this line anymore. It's this line. Data sets I, data I. So 0, 1, 2, 3 should be the I's, but they're not. So this is going to be possibly disastrous. Okay, first we'll do a 1. It's going to be disastrous either way. Because you have no idea how many times this is going to console log. Zero. Interesting. No, it's honestly not that expensive of a call. So, graph data bar. You're the problem. Variance map. Okay, no, you're not the problem. Let's look at other stuff. All instances of pi. Pie chart. Yep, all that's. Ooh, we do an assignment. So we do. That's a reverse assignment. No, not seeing that. Okay, while we're here, just go ahead and look at the pie chart. Just see what your data looks like. Because you're working fine. But I'm not. Yeah, so you're an array of empty object. So one object as expected. Chart data, data sets. Do I not have access to this? Okay, go away. Grass. I want a actual exposed access. Okay, yeah, so I've iffied it away. Oh, we can fix that. Window grass equals grass. There we go. There are no secrets from me. Okay, so let's see. Graphs dot bar dot can chart dot data sets. Oh, it's data set, not data sets? Wait, when did that happen? Data sets, plural. Um, oh, come on, chart. Get me there, VS Code. Did I typo this? I typoed it, and the library is so permissive that it just let me typo it. Like, it didn't even want to correct me. Ah, oh, if TypeScript, or if anyone would have saved me, that would have been nice. But no, no, there are no allies. It's okay, which means I'm gonna make sure I didn't make any breaking changes. DS data I. It should work now. Oh, look at that. We're already seeing some stuff here. I'm not sure what this stuff is, but it's stuff. Look at the 4 bars. I think we got it now. This is unfortunate data set because yellow takes so time. Look at that electric. Okay, it's not skipping the nulls, but we're there. Look at the water. Hey, look at the water. Yeah. Look at the fire. Yeah. And the grass. Ooh, look at these bars. Whoa, whoa, dude. I mean, it wasn't that quick, but yeah, it's you start getting a pattern for it, you know? It's like, okay, I know something is wrong. Like, for example, that data set thing. I was confused as heck as to why it was an empty array. So you saw my next step after console logging it here, was to essentially console log the entire thing, but in a way that I could type for it myself. So I could do window dot the things, but so yeah, my process is just give me more information until I have enough information to make heads or tails. But yeah, that process, you just eventually, after enough patterns, you realize, because like, you have a bunch of information, right? Like, imagine this is all your information. Eventually, you realize where your information is not. It's like, well, my information is not over here. And then you can be like, well, maybe it's over here. It's not over here. As if you've looked ahead on data structure and algorithms, you know this is very much of a binary search kind of way, and then eventually you'll find, oh, this is what I need right here. Yeah, car six. These are the graphs. This is what I was looking for. Now these bars, they're too thin at the moment, but yeah, the goal here was to add this bar chart. At least add this bar chart. I don't know how many. I don't think I can add another chart because I can't think of any, but yeah, it's actually working. Aside from this, they're like real thin right now. We did fix that though by adding a skip null equals true. By the way, I hope your Tuesday's been going well, Car 6. We are doing pretty well here. This has been the least, like the smoothest feature edition I've had in a while. Ah, my bad, nerd. Yeah, yeah, okay, here comes, here, I'll protect your eyes. There you go. You can't see the graphs anymore. The graphs cannot hurt you. I mean, I don't know. They might be able to come through. Let's see if they make it through the blur. Yeah, the graphs can't hurt you. Oh, they bled through. They bled through. I lied. The graphs still made it to you. Yeah, yeah, the MVC, it's the basis, at least for a lot of our projects going forward. So it's pretty good to get them fundamentals down packed. So yeah, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Were you able to participate in the group work this last week? Yeah, actually, the next thing that I'm going to be working on, probably after this break, well, after this break, we're doing Code Wars, but after that break is my Express Visualizer, which does help with MVC. Hey, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, it's it's been like with so many people, the experiences can vary from literally no one showed up to it was heaven, you know. So I'm glad a majority of them are positive, you know, because it's kind of like the data bias, right? We don't really hear from those statistically unless they're negative experiences. So I'm glad to it's great to hear that people are having a good time and such. So yeah, our group had a pretty good time too. There were six of us. We only got four to show up, which is all good. Some people had even less. And yeah, we worked through it and we created. Ah, it's not. Where is it? We created basically a budget calculator for like shopping lists and stuff. You enter a budget, it totals how many all your item prices, and it shows you how far you are over budget. Yeah, it was a great team working experience because that's the main focus. Good experience. Yeah, ironically, we kind of I don't know if everyone was supposed to be like using just GitHub, but our group was kind of like we're just gonna do it all live synchronously together. So we just met up, jumped on live share and kind of worked on the project as one. So we had basically zero Git experience. Maybe I'll try to get that in the next project. But yeah, I heard there was some good Git stuff going around. Why isn't this chart working? Skip a null. Why isn't this working? It's, huh. Where's my window now? Nothing a good console log can't fix. Or in this case, we're just gonna re-expose it to the window. From the window to the graph. Boom. There we go. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Pretty nice. We didn't want to veer too far off, bite off more than we can chew, so we stayed pretty close to the template. So lots of renames, a lot of delays. Sadness. So graphs dot bar dot chart dot data sets 0 1 2 3 dot skip. I where is it at? It's literally right here, but it's not here. What if I'm just like, you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get a skip null equals true. See how you like that? It doesn't really like it at all, does it? Hmm. Oh no, it does like it. Okay, so what in the world? Huh. Okay, let's allow my parent. You know what I just did? Because these charts look so similar. I put skip null on the pie chart. It doesn't go on the pie chart. It goes on the bar chart. Obviously. Hey. Glorified. I mean, that was a little bit more in the typo, but that's what happens when your code looks so much similar. But now, the final time. A text is unreadable, but don't worry about that. Okay, this is good. Let's zoom ahead now. Yeah, whoa, dude. Well, well, I mean, pie chart, it's kind of, the more interesting one anyway, So, yeah, I don't have a favorite chart, but if I did, it would be the pie chart. Nah. Yeah. I mean, I like them all pretty well. I do need to do something about the ticks though, because we see when the numbers are low, it's like zero point 0.5, and that's like there's no such thing as half a vote, despite what y'all may say. So we gotta fix that. From the line chart, here we go. Is this how we do it? Oh, I did grid colors. I probably want that too, don't I? Yeah, I'll just yoink all kinds of stuff from the line chart. Where was I yoinking it from? Options, scales. So here's options, here's scales. Sure. Well, that looks like an error. Uncut and promised color is not defined. Okay, let's go get as a color. So const color equals get line color. Okay, sure. This is all about dark mode, light mode stuff because I had to build that into chart. Gosh. Sadness. This get line cutter is not a function. Well, it is somewhere. There we go. So current theme is black. Otherwise, this. Okay, so actually, I do have a thing here. Get line color. I just it's only on the chart. So congratulations, bar. You're looking more like a chart every day. Get current theme, but that's not defined. There we go. And now we can actually see the grays instead of it being invisible black. Okay, let's. I think that's pretty good at this point. So yeah, that's one feature. The next feature I would like to add, because I have had to manually do it, which is like, well, this isn't the point of automation. Manually doing things? Why you even code, right? So once we zoom ahead, I'll zoom it for us. There you go. So like a percentage, I think would be pretty cool. The line chart's kind of like already is done, but instead of just 147, it'd be cool if it was like 147 hyphen 33% or something like that. So that's now that's gonna look weird when they're small, but I'm gonna live with it. Usually I don't have options that are so tiny. And that will also live on the graph. So hyphen XY%. So that's the next feature, but that's after this feature. So again, as many of you have worked on the group project know, is to keep your commits as small and topical or targeted as possible. Height 0.5, yeah, add some height stuff, added bar chart, good, just making sure, aha, you don't want to leave any of those lying around, or that, there we go, added bar data, updated bar data, rendered bar data, and fix the verticality, okay, be a beautiful, add bar chart, one file, HTML, we add a checkbox, we mess around with that. Does still look good? It does. Hey, welcome back, metrics. Yeah, there can be multiple commits. Yeah. And I bet, and here, let me guess your commit message X metrics. Your commit message is first commit. Am I right? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I am wrong, that your for commit message is not first commit. Nah, no, it's not. It's on your record now. It's on your permanent record. 10 years from now, it's going to be like, well, we would have hired you, but way back on the 6th of September in the year 2022, you said you only make one commit. I don't think you're fit for our company. I know. Ooh, first try. Yeah, that works too. Okay, I think initial commit. Ooh, okay, yeah. That's a real professional. Yeah, words like first, nah. We can't use words that everyone's gonna understand. We gotta use fancy. You gotta use that vocabulary. You learned all the words. Why not use all the words, right? See, I think we are good to push. There we go. Get push. We'll go find ourselves a code wart to queue up for after the break. Init commit. Ah, yeah, I can see why that one's fun for sure, for sure. Yeah, it's a good one. All the best commit messages. You know it, you know it. Yeah, yeah, another good one, another good one. Okay, with that, folks, I do say pixel persistence detection thing added. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I do try to keep them two commits on that project. I mean, I don't need that many. Man, I know you're talking about this one. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's like we only needed two. We didn't need multiple commits. That's how much of an expert we are, folks. Okay, let's find ourselves some lucky little code words to do. Count constants, consonants, I know how to say words, silly case, and combine objects. Yep, we will be queuing up three lovely code wars, so enjoy them. We'll try to do them in this order. Oh, let's check out that one. Yeah, let's check out the funny commit message as I drop these in the chat for y'all. Yeah, one stringy and one not stringy. We'll save that other stringy one for later. Page not found. Well, oh, maybe GitHub failed us. Is there a private repo? Oh, we're looking for Electron app. Probably private. Yeah, I mean, I'll search for it. Yeah, it's private. That's fine. I trust it's a good one. Hmm. But yeah, folks, with that, we are an entire break out from our break. So we're going to take our break. In the meantime, feel free to say hey to, well, first, if you haven't, you should have checked out Ship That Code. Hold on. Ship That Code. In addition, Sam KitKat is also on right now. Send their fellow 100 devers, so be sure to go show them some love. At least say hello. They're overdue doing some, they're working on their resume, their checklists. Less tech right now, but all very important to the job hunt, folks. With that, we'll be taking our break. First push added loading window. That's a pretty good commit metrics. Can't ask for much more than that. What I can ask is that y'all take your break. Be sure to stretch, hydrate, relax if you can. When we come back, we will be doing Silly Case, the silliest code war I've heard named, combine objects, then adding percentages to that little graph thing. Yeah, catch you at the end. welcome on back, folks. Break is over. Clicky click. Hold on, let me. Yeah, one moment. Gotta do things. And there we go. There we go, folks. So, silly case and combine objects. Give ourselves 20 minutes and let's do this code war. So, first one is create a function that takes a string. So that's already filling out our prep checklist right there, huh, folks? It's a function that takes a string and returns that string with the first half lowercase and the second half uppercase, e.g. foo bar equals foo capital B-A-R. If it's an odd number, then round it up and find which letters to uppercase. So for the word Brian, B-R-I-A-N, where I is a middle word, B-R-I becomes lowercase and A-N becomes uppercase. So what's getting rounded up here is the middle number is technically 2.5, or 0, 1, 2. It's the second number, but you can't color it half upper and half lower. So you need to round up to say, okay, it's the ceiling of whatever the middle number is. That's a good prep there. We got a few more. Code Wars. It's even. Brian. There's Brian. Ooh, test should be. I have this in my Anki. I never know how to say it right. Item pint. Dropped 20 points there. Replace digits with emptiness. I'm not sure what the logic here is, but it's a random test. That's all we need to care about. So that's our prep. That's our thing, our return. Our pseudocode will be calculating the middle index, so that will be taking the length of the string, dividing it by 2, and then sealing this value. So if 4 divided 2 is 2, math.seal of 2 is 2. But if 5 divided 2 is 2.5, 2.5 sealed is 3, which makes sense with 0, 1, 2, 3 and forward. Then we will return the string from 0 to 1, or 0 to the index, lowercase. Then the string from the index to the end of the string, uppercase. Again, I have failed to write it in comments, so y'all can't see what I said, but that is the plan. So const middle, or upper start equals silly.length divide by 2, and then math.seal the rest of it. Now we're going to return silly.splice 0 to upper start 2 lowercase. I know there's going to be an off by 1 error, but we'll figure that out. Silly.slice. I already made a typo. Slice, not splice. Splice belongs to arrays only, and it allows you to mutate it by adding or removing. Slice makes a copy of the array slash string. So starting at upper start and saying 2 uppercase. Here comes the off by 1 error, folks. Ooh, never mind. Hey, first try. That was a good one. I think that one's actually pretty good enough to actually do a full visualization on. So I'm gonna go bring up that visualization website. Oh my goodness, where is it? There we go, visualizing JS. Some of these aren't really worth, but I think this one is more than worth a quick vis. So I'm just gonna drop it in here for those who haven't seen it before. It's a pretty cool site made by some cool people that allows you to visualize the token by token execution of JavaScript for most JavaScript. There's some fancy stuff it doesn't handle, but it handles most stuff. Oh, don't want to do a bookmark. You know, we're not going to do code words because we don't need that many examples. Yeah, no first try. I gotta get that alert on here or something, you know? All you're gonna get is first try from me. Yeah, there are a lot of things that, I wanna improve and add to the stream and all, but time, folks. And we're getting there. Especially with the project. I had no time to make any improvements, but yeah, first try will be one of the cools. Okay, let's see if this works now. Come on, website. You were cool to me before. Be cool again. Okay, here it is. So the way this works is that you can visualize it token by token. So you can see in the bottom left here, it shows what the currently highlighted thing is evaluating to. And here you have all the things in scope. So as I traverse through it, we see that the string foobar becomes the string foobar. We start executing upper strength. Math is math. Value is a function. Foobar is the string foobar, or silly is the string foobar. Foobar.length is 6. 2 is 2. Here comes the first thing we actually get to see something. 6 divided 2 is 3, right? So it steps through it just for us. Math.ceil 3 is still 3. Upper start becomes 3, and then here comes the fun part. Foobar slice 0 upper start is foo. Flumende or flumadiddle. I don't know. So I don't know if there's a token by token one for Python, but there is Python Tutor. It's not token by token, it's line by line. And there's also a JavaScript page for this, which I'll show too. So Python Tutor is one that's an option, but not token by token that I'm aware. Hey, glad to see you're here, See Films. Hope your Tuesday's been going well. Yeah. But I do want to get through this before I show the other one. By the way, hope your day is also going well, Flumendale. Yeah, it's not token by token, but it helps, like, referencing data structures and stuff. So it's a much bigger scope, but it's still just as informative. I mean, all of these tools are basically debuggers that go through your code, but you don't have to create a debugger. So yeah, silly slice 0 upper start is the word foo. 2 lowercase is still the word foo. Then silly slice upper start becomes bar, so you can see it literally right in front of you. 2 uppercase becomes capital bar, and then combined. And then I'll do the last one just to show the ceiling, because not all of this is too interesting. That's cool, See Films. Yeah, I mean, I definitely go to a board game night over a streamer. No offense, any streamers. Definitely sounds good. And hey, you say you were networking, right? You don't need to snitch. You were at a networking event with some close friends. But yeah, like Leon says, God, family, academics, right? Yeah, so here's the, so let me go back. Silly length is 5, divided by 2 is 2.5. Math ceil is 3. Ta-da, and then Bri, and so pretty cool. No, I'm not running Python, but I will show what the Python tutor site does look like. But we're not really running Python in it. You can run JavaScript in it. It basically does the same thing, but it goes line by line through your code. So it's not token by token, and when you do things on one line, it's hard to really be useful, but you can see upper start becomes 3 when past silly of foobar, returns foobar. Brian comes upper start of 3, returns BRIAN. So it's still very, very amazing tool, very helpful for getting through things, just not on the token by token basis, what this site does. Yeah, as for silly case, I don't think we're getting any any sillier than this. Let's see what the Code Warriors came up with. It's literally my code. They use substr instead of slice. I guess that's more string specific. Oh, regex, there's always someone doing regex. Wow, so they're taking the value, they're replacing every character, and they're checking, hey, if this character is less than the middle, lowercase it. If it's greater than the middle, uppercase it. Absolute just chaos. Gotta love our regex friends though. Template literals to combine them. Just different ways, yeah. Ooh, slicing off of the negative length. So, not sure how that works to be honest. But I guess it does something with the math in the middle for the odd rounds. Oh, C films. Hey, well, early congratulations, I suppose. I'll be definitely be on there lurking, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. For those who don't know, C Films also does some pretty cool streams. My bot's not going to show their stuff because my bot's on fire, but yeah, I do some pretty cool streams. They are the Seattle Films expert here on Twitch. Works with some PHP, MySQL, all kinds of variety of technologies. Even does some Python. Okay, now for combine objects. Our second code word of the warm-up. So, your task is to write a function that takes two or more objects, so that's an infinite number of objects, and returns a new object combining all of the input objects. Now, this is obviously written a while ago because there are some built-in methods for this, but neither here nor there. All input object properties will have only numeric values. Objects are combined together so the values of matching keys are added together. Oh, this is actually not something built in. I should have read it. I spoke too soon. So, for example, with object A having an A of 10 and object B having an A of 3, it becomes a 13. Oh, yeah, C films, that's also. You also get that going for you, for sure. Combine function should not mutate the input objects. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, now this is a good one. This is an interesting one too. So not only do we have this to work with, but this is one of those code words where they kind of just give you something unique at. So they're saying it's going to take multiple objects, but they give you no parameter. So what I imagine is they're expecting you to use the keyword arguments. You can see VS Code or the editor just highlighted it. What this is back in the day, I mean, it's still here now, but before, when you wanted to receive a variable number of arguments, sometimes we're taking 3, sometimes we're taking 2, they would all end up in arguments. Like this keeps track of every argument you passed, whether named or not. And this is an array like, meaning it has a length, it maybe has a for each, but that's about it. It's generally the newer way to do this is to do a rest parameter, which is called triple dots and then your parameter name. We're going to call it args for simplicity. The advantage of doing this, not only is it in the function signature, so when someone like hovers over the name of your code, they'll be able to see, oh, this takes a rest parameter, aka multiple or as many as I want to pass it. This is a real array, unlike the arguments object, which is a fake array, not like only has a length. In addition, for those who have seen the problem, so whenever you do, for example, math.min or max, we do a hover over this, you can see that, no, okay, I can't highlight it, that this is also a rest parameter. It takes multiple numbers, not an array of numbers. So very much the way of doing things. So this is how you get to use it, and this is how we define one. Yeah, C films, thanks. Yeah. Those who don't know, that is my Code Wars leaderboard. It's got monthly, it's got daily, you can select a range, you can show graphs, all kinds of pretty neat stuff. Just because the codewars.com site, as amazing as it is, we have a clan of over 500 people, which is what they call the groupings, like teams. The leaderboard don't work that well, so that solves that issue. That was our prep. Those are our parameters. That's our explanation of how arguments and rest parameters works. we're supposed to be returning a new object with all these values summed together slash added to it. And how would we like to do this? So I'm going to start off my pseudocode, create results object for object, for key and object, for object and args, for key and object. If key not in results, set results key value to 0. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add to results key value current object value. Finally, return results. I think that's some pretty good pseudocode there. So const results equals new object for const object of args. Didn't really use the right verb there. For const key and object. So this will give us the keys of the object. Thanks, C-Films. Yeah, you can do that if you ever want to catch my stuff. If not key and results key value becomes 0. And in any case, say results key plus equal current object value, which is object accessing the index of key. Now this one's definitely going to enjoy a good visualization. Return results. Actually, both of these this might look good in both visualizers, to be honest. There we go, and let's see. GG, first try. I know I got that sound effect. It's coming. Maybe next stream I'll be there. Yeah, I will definitely like to visualize at least the beginnings of them two. Just because I think that was a little bit of an interesting one. So let's drop that in here. I hope this one's maybe not the best. We'll see if it works. Let's look at this example. Object A, object B, right? So combine object A. I don't even know if this thing supports REST parameters. We're about to find out. Yeah, this site, as amazing as it is, sometimes it breaks, so I always do a full refresh. Give it a fresh look at the code. Sadness. Object A is not defined. Well, that's on me. I am not smart. Oh, there we go. Boom, that's all it took. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but we're going to go through A at least. So A is an object, you're getting every token. B is an object, all the tokens. Combine A and B. And first we're just going to stop here. So see, we're passing multiple to this thing, and then boom. Args is an array of objects. So all the parameters joined into an array called args, thanks to the REST syntax. Now results is a new empty object. I can't really get all this on the screen. That's awkward. We gotta live with it. Results is an empty thing. Then we're gonna loop through the objects. The first one, yeah, okay. All this isn't gonna be on screen. It's not that big. So we can say the current key of the current object is A. It is not in results, so evaluates to false. Yeah, C-Films, get that McFly calculator. And then not false is true. So we say results key equals 0, key equals A, 0 equals 0. You can see it has shown up results A 0. And then next is results key plus equal object key. Object is A, key or object is this object. Key of A is 10, then A is 10. And then going through the next loop, which it kind of didn't really show, but good enough. We're going through B, or we're going to skip through all these. Yeah, I want to get to the next day, and then we'll move on to the next vis. There you go, so we're checking if A and results. The answer is true, so it flips off to false. Yeah, of course, Charlie Gunthers. I shared it before. I'll share it again real quick. So yeah, this is it's a cool site I found. It allows you to step by step through every token of JavaScript, evaluate it. It doesn't work all the time. My recommended usage of it is type the code out and then do a full refresh. If it gets stuck on the spinner, sometimes it gets stuck on the spinner, I'll do a full refresh, and that usually works. Some syntax it literally does not support though. So when you hit that, try to rephrase your things. Like, for example, keys and objects cannot be strings. Like, there are a few things it just can't do, but it's pretty cool otherwise. Of course, of course. You can see that was not executed, and here comes the last step. We can see the results goes from 10 to 13. Ta-da! Right there it is. A little small, but that's it. And that is the gist of how this code works. I would like to re-show this in JavaScript Tutor. And if you want this, I can drop a link to it too. Unless y'all have it. Again, it's not token by token, but I think this one's a little more interesting because it shows the objects in their natural habitat. So object A, object B, and then you can see an array. Remember this array for args. Remember, objects are by reference, so it's holding a reference to these objects. And then we're going to start doing some looping. We love loops. Loops are great. Then object, the new results object gets an A of 0, plus 10, all this other stuff, and then B 20, C 30. Then when it's referencing the next object, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's a line for this object. It's more about the graphing for this site. Then you can see that key of A, it goes from 10 to 13. There we go. So if I remember right, no, there's no real, not real. Yeah, I think there's a different site that did that. But yeah, that is combine object done and dusted. Let's go check out what the Code Warriors. If there aren't any questions, go check out what the Code Warriors came up with. Okay. So they pulled out the reduce. That's a fancy functional way of doing it. For const x and b, so for the key and the second object, ax equals x and okay. So yeah, they put it in a ternary, which is cool and all, but it works. It's a cool ternary to be honest. So basically, if the keys in the first object, combine them. Otherwise, set it to the one value in the second one. Here's that arguments I was telling you all about. So back in ye old day, we didn't have rest parameters like so. So we had to use this special arguments keyword to get access to the current scope's arguments as a non-array. Hence, they're using a classic for loop to iterate over it. Up here, okay, I don't know what they're doing here. And yeah, I think this is like very descriptive. This is pretty neat. We got a written story here. I want to spit this out, see what this thing turns into. I need some examples now. Let me a test case. There we go. A and B. And then A and B are right here and here. Copy, paste, paste. And ka-chow. Let's see what this looks like. I put a lot of effort into documenting this one. Sadness. Yeah, whoa, dude. Replace. That's kind of like why people like functional programming, right? How do you do functional programming? It's more of a math way of programming. Yeah, I mean, we kind of just saw an example of it, see films. The reduce is an example of using functional programming. It's a way in which there is no side effects, there is no state, there's no external state really. There's internal state. That's what the reduce has to live on. But yeah, and it generally can be more mathematical because it is more purely logical. Look at the story this person wrote us. So create output object, determine the quantity, loop through, circle this, check this property. Object looks like this. Object looks like this. Property exists in it. Sum its value. Huh, ain't that nice? You don't see that too often. Someone write a whole story with their code. Big fan. But yeah, with that, we did our code wars. A little over, but I think it was more than worth it to visualize. Yeah, that was silly case of combine objects. So silly case and combine objects, both of which have been completed. Any more now? There we go. Okay, so now we're jumping back into probably the last bit of our little visualization project before we hit up the express handler tracker. But first, we're going to visualize this a little better because right now our labels are very sad. They only show the amount, they do not show a percentage. So I would like to show a percentage. How are we going to do that? It's a good question. I propose I should open it back up, huh? So let's have a look and see what we're talking about. No messages loaded. Okay, let's load the data. Ooh, LGC films. A lot of this is very stateful code at the moment. If you meant the previous code war, yeah, I can totally drop that to be functional. We kind of already saw a solution, but yeah, it's gonna kind of look like it since we saw it. But I'll try to keep a unique functional approach. So arg. So classic sign of any functional is one line return. So that'll force us to be a little functional. So it's gonna be args.reduce. We'll go full functional. So result object. We'll go full bad code warrior. Spread object. Then we want to iterate through all the keys. So this is going to be another spread of object dot, hold on, object dot, we also want values though, don't we? So object dot entries, so we want both. Object, then we can say reduce, we kind of want the new values. So I want reduce new object. Then we want the key and the value. And here comes the combining bit. Reduce does need to take an initial object for all of these, so let's not forget that. Oh no, it's going to be significantly slower, CFilms, because I'm calling functions, and that is not a free action. It's going to be significantly slower. It's going to be less error prone, because there's no state. So there's not going to be any circumstances where it works sometimes and then it doesn't work other times. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. The odds of it being partially are very low. But yeah, this is going to be slower for sure. Especially because I'm using spread to build new objects instead of updating the one object. Okay, so object entries key value, it's going to be new object, and then here comes the key. And the value will equal object key or 0 plus value. I think that might be it. Find out right now. Not yet. So it works on empty objects, which I'm very proud of. I always wanted this result. Yeah, it would help if we actually used our accumulator. Nope. Current new object, initial value. Okay, yeah, so it's not doing what we want. It's time to bring this into real to actually see what's up. Okay. Args reduce result, spread result, object entries, not object. I need to result. There we go. Or, yeah, previous value is what we need access to. There we go. Okay, aside from a few typos, this do be working, and it is as functional as we can get, or pure as we can get, depending on which term you care about. Yeah. Good luck putting this to any visualizer. I much prefer the other solution, C-Films. This is horrible, code weenie, unreadable garbage. And not only, like, it's not only very hard to read, once you do read and all that stuff, it's slower too. It's physically slower. So I've had code in that, like code like that, all reduce and stuff in my actual code, and it caused like my code wars leaderboard to take like 2 minutes to load something. Swapped out for a for loop, 4 seconds. So as neat as it is, and as cool as it is, it's always slower that I'm aware of. Maybe there are some cases where it's faster, but as far as I'm aware, it's always slower to execute. So I much prefer classic for loop. Not to say I won't write a reduce ever. I just, at this level of complexity, a double reduce, not something I would enjoy. That's a fun challenge either way. Appreciate the redemption. No messages loaded. I think, what was I doing here? Ah, yeah, loading up the chat because I want to show the sadness of these labels. So we got two things technically. One thing I'm not going to get to, but one thing I will get to. So it's working, as we can tell. Lots of beautiful charts, the best of charts, charts you've never seen anywhere else. But you can see, not only are some colors wrong, but it's like 2. I would like a percentage of it showing also. So I'm going to find chart data levels, the plugin that I have used to get this working. Let's see if there's some docs about this. Do I have to customize my labels? I don't know how to do that. My eyes. Okay, here we go. Data levels, color. Oh, I do have a data labels attribute somewhere around here. There we go. I have color. Okay, I can probably pass other things to this too, like text. Yeah, okay. I love the color. Big fan of the color. Any other thing? Labels. Here it is. Okay. Huh. Okay, so we're not going to see any more about that in that part of the docs. Let's go back to the color. So color obviously takes a function because it's working. Is that defined somewhere? So color is a type of style. Styles are fill styles, stroke styles. Okay, where do you explicitly state this is acceptable as a function? Okay, go back. No, go forward. Because obviously, I've given it. Is this even working? Let's remove that. I'm gonna see if there's a difference. That might have been a no-op function right there. All of that. Okay, so it is changing from white to black. Not sure who's responsible for that, though. I have a feeling this isn't. Yeah, so we can just hard code one of them to be like, or hard code all of them to be like, okay, your new color is red. Live with it. And we'll see if just that does anything. Paranoia is kicking in, folks. Okay, it turns them all red. So it does stuff. Great, so that does the thing I want it to do. Again, we'll figure out the friendly color later. Okay, so I guess we just find what is labels and swap it out for a function. I'll refer to the configuration section if you don't know how to configure these. Well, that's me. Configuration, per chart, globally. Nope, that's not me. The option context, contextual information. To scriptable options. What is a scriptable option? Accept a function which is called for each data that takes a unique argument context. Okay, so I'm just not familiar enough with the library to realize that all options are considered scriptable options. So, well, I'm here now though, so it's okay. Figure out these labels. So labels title. Is that the scriptable option I take? We'll find out. Who do I want to find out on? Well, I'll just find on the pie chart because you're the one I want to target first. So we have labels. So it's in data labels, and it is labels, and it is title context, and we will return ABC, the newest, latest, best, and greatest label you've ever seen. They're the first three letters of the alphabet for some reason, folks. They gotta be important. Let's give that a play. Huh. Okay. It's not doing the thing. Nothing angry about the console either. Okay. Value. Okay. First, the title is key. Value is key. The title label is blue. The value. Oh, title is something else. I'm not talking about it's talking about a specific field that we're coloring. I probably do want to color value because there are multiple labels. Okay, I understand now. Labels is an object matching each label type to its label value. Okay, I'm getting there. Gonna learn it live, or relearning it. Hmm. Oh, am I supposed to put it in? I probably should remember read the rest of this, right, folks? Let's read. So overriding, modifying a label. Create an entry in the labels dataset option using the same key. So in data is datasets. Datasets contains data labels with overrides for colors. I want an override for value though. I don't want to modify it like that. Label with text, adding label. First, second, try a new label. Creates one label for each data element in the first, and two labels. Removing label. Formatting. Data values are converted using string plus format. Okay, this is what I want. How do I use formatter? Here we go. This is what I want. Just had to keep reading. Formatting sounds like a style thing, not a value thing, but that's me and my brain. Yeah, so this gets the original value, right? So then we're like plus blah 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 blah. Going to the wrong tab. Moment of truth. Hey, look at that. You can see it's kind of hard in that yellow. Someone shut up. Yeah, we go. Water, blah, 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 blah. BEA beautiful. Okay, so this is what I want. I have value and I have content. So I want to, well, first I'm just gonna do some console logging. Let's see anything else we have. Labels in each data, labels in each data set, multi-line labels, all kinds of cool stuff. Ooh, I'll do a multi-line thing. Yeah, fancy. Ooh, and a text align. Note that left to right supported values for text align. How do I use that? Multi-line labels. Okay, you're not telling me how. I'll just assume. And what's the default value? Default is start. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're doing center. Okay, so we want the value. Earn value plus new line plus percentage. So this is where we don't really know what we're doing. We're going to say 0.00%. We will cancel log content context rather. And think thoughts value. Then I will console log my way through figuring out how I need to manipulate those values to get the current data set and percentage my way to math. That's a lot of logs. Clear log. There we go. It'll only do it when it actually hits. Good job. There we go. We got lots of data, and again, we can't read it. Zoom on forward. Oh, I'm glad how efficient it is. Only hitting when it's just changed, and boom, there's our percentage. Oh, it does on hover too. Okay, so we have a value of 1 and a context of all this good stuff. So we have data set, which we can access .data, which is the raw data for this. Let's look at this one. I didn't add it to that one. Okay, so here's the thing. If I have to do different code for each of them, that's going to be a little more than I asked for. But we're going to have to see. So let's move this to the bar. Now I think the line. Actually, the line will be getting that too. Okay, so each one of these are going to get their own variation, it appears. It's looking like it. So data labels for the bar below me. For the pi, though, it would be sum all values together, divide by thing. So we're just going to go, we're not going to go generic, because technically we're already OOP here. We're going to say value plus context.dataset.data reduce. Let's get a reference to this. I want a reference to you, not, I don't want your value. Property path, is that what I want? Sure. No, I don't. Here, why, how do I do this in Chrome? Storing global. There we go. So it's temp1 dot data set dot data dot reduce. Well, let's just spread it to see if it's a real array or some weird thing. It's a real array. Okay, we can do that part. So, oh, didn't mean to hit that. Const percentage equals context.chart.data set.data, chart with a T, not char, dot reduce sum number, sum plus number, and then start at 0. So if I am 1 out of, so total is 2, 1 divided 2 is 0.5, times 100 is 50, dot 2, well, this thing needs to be padded first, so pad start, first it needs to be stringed, so template literal. Where's my closing backtick? Pad start max length is technically 2, because we're never going to have 100% with the 0 character. Then it is, hold on, this is, tons of fun padding. Don't you love it, folks? I know I do. We're not gonna pad it. There we go. We're just gonna live life YOLO. So all of these added together, divided by one divide whatever you got. So my value divided by total times 100 is the percentage. We're just gonna be like percentage plus little dollar sign or little percent sign and call it a day. At least for Mr. Pie Chart. Oh, that went on fire. Okay, I imagine something's wrong here. Probably would help if I get rid of that. Undefined. Okay, so is the context chart not initialized? We have context chart. Ooh, it's context data set, isn't it? It's we relog all of context. The goldfish got in. Yeah, it's context dot data set. Got it. Okay. That works. That's it for our pie chart. We're doing this chart by chart, folks. I believe that those logs are for my bar. Yes, so they are. Oh, we're sad to see the nulls, but we're living life. There we go. 50%. I know it's not the prettiest, but it's working. And fast forward this. Yeah. Okay, that could help. Percentage 2 fixed, 2 decimals. Boom, that fixes it. Not saving it because I don't want to lose my progress. Aside from the lovely rounding errors, this looks pretty good. 37%, 27, 9, and other thing. Again, math will save me later. For now, let's look at this data. So we have data sets, all the nulls, and 36. So what we got to do, we got to go through all the data sets, sum all the numbers, and then we'll be happy. So chart.data. Nope, it's not chart.data. How do I get this? Oh, it is chart.data. It's a secret getter. So chart.data.datasets. Here comes the reduce. Okay, so that one's basically done. Formatting aside. So we're just going to go over there and copy that code. This is some good code. It can be a little better code. Now it's good code. Let's figure this out. So we have current value, right? We have a value. We're console logging that at some point. The value is null. Great sadness. Yeah, because that's how weirdness. Oh, that's right. So if value is null, return nothing. So if not value, return nothing. You are not worth rendering. The Wooden Man, thanks for the follow. Hope your day's been going well. The message just came through from Leon, folks. We're going to be finishing local off and planning the 100 devs social app. Nice. I'm going to go do my check-in. Ooh, binary upload boom. That looks fun. Our MVC auth local. Awesome. Yeah, okay, all good. Ooh, we're doing array methods and destructuring. That makes sense. A lot of people are asking about it. There's our project link submission. So yeah, it looks like for those who are still listening, group projects, they are due today. They did not get pushed. There's a little form here. Nice Wooden Man. Yeah, it varies, you know. The experience is varied, but I believe most of them have been positive. Hope yours has been positive too. It looks like for submission though, a lot of people were theorizing we would have to make a pull request. We do not have to make a pull request. You just link to the GitHub of your project. So that is pretty awesome. I will. So we're going to take, I know the timer's still ticking, but we'll be taking a break now because I I need to update my group to tell them all to submit and such, to make sure everyone's submitting. But yeah, when we come back from break, we're going to be finishing this cool little thing. We're going to be messing around with my Express Visualizer. Going to be visualizing a bunch of stuff. And yeah, then we'll raid into class. Let me get the thingy. There we go. It's going to be good. Binary upload, boom. Ooh, Cloudinary too for custom image uploading. Oh, that's going to be so fun. But yeah, folks, let us take that break and we will run all the way into class when we come back. Oh, where's my window? There it is. We'll catch you on the other side. Welcome on back, folks. Thanks for making your way on back from the break. Let's jump right back into our project. Sorry about that. Sooner than usual break. Wanted to make sure my group was updated on the form submission stuff because we thought it was going to be a PR, so we designated one person as the PR maker. So just want to update that, and now I will set the timer to be until class time. So not an hour. Well, actually, it's more than an hour. So hold on, quick math. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna have one more break before than actually it seems. So it's not an hour, it's an hour and 15. So come on, bad math. Leah would be disappointed in me. Come on, just spit me out better math. There we go, 900. That's the number I was looking for. Well, oh, not that one. There we go. So I am about to trust myself with this. There we go. So that, if I'm lucky, is how much time we got till we raid class. In the meantime, we're gonna finish this off a little bit and work on my visualizer, making sure it works with all the cool projects, including, right, I'm gonna look at binary upload blob real quick to see if that thing doesn't crash and burn. So that is a new project, and I try this thing on literally every project I find. But first, calculating our thing for this. So context.chart.data data sets reduce data sets map data set data flat map reduce sum. Okay, my word, that's a painful one right there. Let's do this. Which one is this? This is bar. Good. Okay, so percentage is context dot chart data sets map data set data filter boolean. How many filters we want to do? This will be 4 filters versus multiple filters in a single concat. We'll do less filters at the expense of the concat. Dot filter, then dot reduce the math divided. Yeah, we're not doing a length, we're doing a value to value. Okay, let's see if I got that right. See if we can do a first try. Come on, Jason Derulo. The break brought out of the suspense is pretty great. Nan percent. Yeah, we love a nan, don't we? At least there's only one this time. That is progress. So we got a lot of stuff here. I lost my console, so we don't have access to any of this. Dataset data. I'm trying to actually remember, which is a bad thing. Filter reduce. So nan means our plus here went all wackadoodle. So I need to console log through parts of this data set. This might be the part that went wrong. Let's not do the filter because I don't want to do that just yet. I am initializing with 0. Right, so that's not the issue. Ciao. And play. Play to your heart content. Okay, still nan percent, but now we can look at this and see I did need to do a flat map. There we go. Flat map. That takes your array of arrays and squishes it to a single array. Do it again. Oh, 100% on electric. That is not inaccurate. 50% water and electric. Uh-oh, it's working. It's working. Hallelujah. Nice. Let's zoom this ahead. There we go. And then we can see, without having to do any brain math, that for that old grass, fire, water, and electric question, fire took it away 37%, with water coming in second, grass coming in third, and electric coming in fourth. You know what would be really cool? That's like hurting me now. If they're like ordered correctly, like electric, grass, water, and fire, but we're too far gone. We can't do that. The scope's already creeping so much. There's so much scope creep. We can't go that far. We cannot. Can do though is we can say add percentage to. Do we need percentage on these labels? I already saved it. Pie and bar chart. Bada boom. Bada bing. BEA beautiful. Do a git push. And that is that for our charts. Now, so goodbye Chrome, you're lovely. Now I'm gonna message my Express visualizer. First, so Express Handler Tracker helps you visualize basic Express applications and all of the things they do. I recently added an export function, but I'm also gonna add other functions. I'm actually going to run it. So again, last time I did this, something went wrong. So I'm doing it again. Where's that? Oh, we're not there anymore. So Express Handler Tracker. I can't really do it here. You get clone it. Hold on. I gotta read eyeballs. Yeah, it's all good. It's clone. I'm just copying the Leon's thing. CD to MVC, and I need to grab the link to Express Handler Tracker, which it's quicker for me to use the command. So, lovely command. It spits out this lovely command, which I will use verbatim, because those are the instructions I have included. These instructions should work. I will add an additional placer, because there's logic in here that's experimental, so you have to add a flag to get it. This should work. I'm paranoid. NPX clear cache. Because the bad thing about NPX is that it kind of keeps things cached. Which, I mean, it's a good thing. It's a feature, technically. But sometimes, when you update a package, you'd like that package's new version to be used instead of old version, which it does not always do. Let's see if this works. So I ran the thing. There we go. Now it's presenting all the things of like, hey, does this change look good to you? I don't know. So yeah, it's changing, adding my instrumentation code around the server, the router, and aha. Well, that's that's an error I gotta fix. Let's fix that. So what happens when making tools or making any software, folks. It go break sometime. So let's try to replace Connect Mongo. Here's the problem. So here's the thing. Did the changes get made? The changes did get made. So we're gonna make the changes, which isn't perfect, but it's good enough. So now why this is going wrong is because I made a mistake. I did not do npm install first. So if you do this, then it will think, oh, you're looking for a file called connect mongo, not a library and node. It's not a problem with mine, yeah, it's somewhat a problem with mine, because someone does that, it happens, but it should be somewhat easy once I put it in an FAQ. Ooh, here's the crazy stuff. Mongoose. Now it's installing, which it's not, doesn't show me the text, which is annoying. Okay, it'll do look done. I'm not actually going to use a real database here. I'm just going to use ye old boring database, which code. I should open in VS Code first of all. Yeah, there we go. Now I can run all these cool commands in here. npx command terminal np, or technically Mongo first, and then process env db string equals db localhost 27017 name. It's a good enough name for anyone. npm run start, and that is running on, so EHT is 1338, and it works. Come on, work. It do appear to be working. Got some open windows from last cache. But yep, it is visualizing it. Now, honestly, this is not the worst auto-generated. Good enough. Okay, now let's open up my all of things. Yeah, this one goes small, real small, much smaller. I have my response, which my request wants to go over here. All my code can go up here. Again, organizing this is kind of half of the work. And a response. Okay, this should be where I want all the things. Now if I make a request to the real website, which is 2121, there we go. We will see a request. It comes in here, and okay, so there's another bug. This box ain't working. No, nothing to worry about though. Window locations are cached, I think. Yep, they are. Graph's not, but we're getting there. Yeah, I gotta do this importing for graphs eventually. Oh, where's middlewares? There it is. There you go, you live in the middle. Yeah, that's where you belong. There we go. So serve static. As you can see, you got the code view for the exact code running serve static. They're all excluded. JSON, logger, session, passport initialize, passport session. Oh, well, that was supposed to do something. Oh, passport initialize. Yeah, they're the one who does the thing. We go to the / route main.js to get index. The index controller. Pass nothing to our views, generate our HTML, and we're finished. Okay, yeah, it does appear to be working. Let's gotta quickly run through this. And this is one of those applications that's like, good luck trying to test this, because this is all, it's very dependent on other things to work. There we go. Clicking, deleting, all the things appear to work. I'm gonna follow these requests. Let's pick one, the post sign up page. So we go through here. And look, there's our body from URL encoded. You see my password. My password is password, folks. No one snitch. JSON parser, a logger, all this other stuff coming through. Passport init, session, flash, none of this important stuff. Here comes our database. So from auth, from post signup, we called user.find1 right here, which I wonder why Firefox never remembers that click thing. But it goes right here. Yeah, Brian, it's not password, it's just normal password. I'm not that fancy. If I were though, we'd all be safe, wouldn't it? Yeah, with this we do a redirect, which honestly, I don't know, maybe I should have a link on that. But we're here now. And redirect takes us to get to dos, which we should see some new information on. Not there. Not there. No, not there. Here we go. So when we grab our session, we can see that there's a passport in here with our user ID. And then when passport wakes up, it will add to our request. No wonder I'm so confused. I had them on the wrong sides. Request I usually have on the left. Response lives on the right. There we go. So we can see to our request object, passport was like, I'm going to add the user to this. And then it calls user find. That's not right. So authenticate technically came after. Okay, nope. My brain got confused. So I've indicated that these are processes that happen after or are part of it. This is scrolling great. So you see this indentation here indicates that technically these are all part of the authenticate lifecycle. So during authenticate, we called user find by ID and our deserialized user function. Very cool. Then we called user find one, which we didn't call user find one. Mongoose called user find one. But the last time we touched the code was user find by ID, which calls find one. So surprise, find by ID was find one all along. Then we head on back to that middleware, go to the main router. Main router gave us nothing. So you can see we're like, okay, main router, what do you got? Absolutely, well, this way. There you go. So we went to the main router. Main router had nothing for us. Go back to the server, go back to the to-do router. See if that can handle us. We do our ensure auth, which does this stuff. I just realized I could have proxied even more. Oh man, that would make it run so slow. Then we call get to-dos. Get to-dos goes to the to-do document. We say find all of them. So we call to-do find from our to-do model. Good graph. Then we call to-do count documents, again, from our to-do model. Then we pass to our EJS all this junk, which the stuff we care about is user and to-dos, which are empty. Then EJS is done, it renders, it sends this lovely HTML, and we at the end of the party. There's one more I want to look at. Is the delete and the end of the to-do. So yeah, delete, blah, 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 blah. Delete to-do. We hit up that controller. We love that controller, our best friend. Find one and delete. Response JSON and response send. Okay, yep, that worked. And before the delete, we do a get to access them, where we call find to-dos. And in our view is our to-do document. Okay. And yeah, it's alive. It is alive, and the latest feature we added was the ability to export our request, show. So export, you can select the ones you want, download our clipboard, and then import, you can drop the file here. So now what we're gonna do. So yeah, this works. So I'm glad to see that work there. I would, because I am a bit proud of it, as we all should be, go through my group project real quick. Where is it? Nope, not there. Active, last work, to do, MVC, auth local, there it is. I'm trying to think. Git diff. Do I have this installed? Well, okay, you just saw some test credentials. Thankfully, they're only on that one database. I know we've all struggled with that issue and the with that env file, so no big deal. So npm install. Gotta make sure to do that. npx instrument. This time I'm not doing on a port. I'm doing on a sub route equals /eht. We want to install the package. We want to replace all of the things. Takes a lot of time to think, apparently. Yep, good. Mongoose looks good. Good Mongoose happiness. The install is happening. Let's drop this VS Code. Now, we're not even going to open VS Code because we can just follow it. VM run Mongo. No. Oh, yeah, close that one. I hope that database closed. That's okay. We're just gonna npm run start, right? And oh, looks the database is still alive. Glad to see it happening. 2121. Okay, and this is actually the project me and my group put together. Coscash. So just running through it itself real quick, you can, sign up. Or you can log in. All that good stuff. Is it email at email? Oh, not that one. And then give it a password. You already know my password, folks. And then you come here to the budget tracker, which you can see my lovely data for. And delete stuff. It tells you how far you are over budget. We didn't realize that rounding error was there. Update your budget. When you don't have a budget, it asks you to set your budget. And yeah, this was our app, folks. And if everything was working, the Express Handler Tracker caught all of it. There we go. The layout is a meh. But just from this, without looking at any code at all, the whole point of this is that you can see we have some budgets, we got controllers for all these things, and we have a main controller. So just looking at all of this, as you sometimes got to reorganize it, you can see that from the to-do app, looks like items is here now instead of to-dos, and we added a whole new budget model, which just about everyone is loving. So where do I want to put that? Sometimes the placing algorithm is actually pretty smart, so it knows where you should put things. I'm not opening that today. Sometimes you gotta help the algorithm out. And sometimes it's smart and you're not. Yeah, algorithm was smart. Yeah, we get to move all these around. See our nope, go away. Auth is there. Yeah, this is the one that's the easiest one, home page, because there's basically just HTML to render there. Then our items, auth. Yeah, okay, that's about best visualization we're gonna get there. Look at our request inspector, all code, all of the things. Got our response on the right. That's where I like it. I'll put that down there because we're getting a lot of space. All code top right. It just shows all the code our thing touched. Requests can be minied up to here. And our actual request info lives over here. There we go. So yeah. Once you get it all set up, though, it does run well. So we can see our home page basically took us to the serve static, and that was it, because we just were sending HTML for the home page. But for the next one, got a lot of static assets here. Sign up page, surprise, surprise, takes us to the sign up view, which if we click on, I actually added this. Hopefully this works. Work. It's happening in OVS Code, but this should work. Hey, it takes us to the file. GG. Then we send all the boring HTML. Next, we go through all this other junk. Like our post login, which should hit up all the things. Let's see if this works. Yeah, we can also filter to only look at the edges of the current request. So that's maybe a more feature that should be more prominent, to be honest. I'm not sure. There's a lot of clutter here. We're gonna put that. We're running out of real estate, folks. There we go. Let's put it down here and have that overlay. There we go. Oh, no, we can put it over here. There we go. So serve static. URL to the parser, all the stuff, logger, all the boring stuff. Hit up the main route, which we do a bunch of others. Oh, we got our success message. We shouldn't get a success message until after. Oh, no, because it is contextually a container. Makes sense. Then from our auth controller, we call user find one, which is specifically thanks to, look right here at this line. You can see that it's the call to password authenticate that actually called user find one. Then we go on home to items, which renders as such. Our authenticate calls user find one, find by ID. So that's not working. This thing needs to be toggled sometimes. That's a bug. Find one. So passport does all that. Then we head back to the server, check out the main router. The main router's got nothing for us. Hit up the item router, which hits up the middleware for making sure we're logged in. Then we call our get items controller, which talks to our item middleware. And then we go and talk to our budget model to get that data back out. Then once we get all of this, we talk to our view. We pass it versus successful message. Our remainder, which we calculated, our items, and our budget, our sum, our we pass it a bunch of stuff. We have a fair amount of stuff here. Then we spit out that HTML. I think the last one is, deleting items is interesting. Updating of budget. Yeah, we go through here, JSON parser, all the stuff, authenticate, gets ourselves as a user. I don't remember that. Hit up the main route. The main route is like so boring. Then we hit up the budget route. The budget route has got us handled, which takes us to the update budget controller, which calls budget.update1. And then we go back to the controller, which redirects us back to items again. All here, all in the graph, all on this thing. It's all, the data is surrounding, folks. And yeah, I think it actually worked for the first time. It did all the things it was supposed to do. So now, staying on this project, we're going to go ahead and update it to handle maybe we'll handle importing. Maybe we won't. I'm trying to think, how would I like to do that? Because the whole import export. Right now we have exporting of the request, which is the good thing. This layout though, I've done this setup like 2 times now, visually in front of you. Be nice if we didn't have to do this. Be also nice if this worked every time an edge something was changed. Okay, so here's the thing. Whenever I change request, I need to rerun that. Got it. So with that, I'm jumping into... so tempting, but yeah, I'll look at this later. I don't want to spoil this all on stream. Yeah, so this is working. So getting all the way back. Noon, GitHub. Pairwise sorter. Let's get this one. Second, we need both, so we need pairwise sorter, which I think is instrumented. It is. npm run start, and then the actual thing we care about. Express handler tracker. There we go. This is the stuff we're going to make changes to, specifically the import and export of nodes. Node positions, rather. We don't care about the rest of it. Right? Just setting the node position should be enough. We're about to find out. So that's the first part we're going to figure out. How to set a node's position. 1337 slash goldfish eht. And window positions we save too, but we get in there. Yep, so good old express handler tracker. It lives. Now we just want to set a position. We don't want to do anything fancy. So let's access Cytoscape docs. So to the Cytoscape graph.js of the HTML. I said no HTML. In hindsight, it's gonna take a bit longer. So we will do. So it will, because I know we will not be really getting this done, unfortunately. We'll be using some Code Wars. Can't go wrong with Code Wars, can we, folks? So, counting consonants. That's the next one. I don't think I've done that one yet. I have not. Here it is in the chat, and we will do Code Wars until Leon starts, which is not in 44 minutes. It is in 15 minutes, so 900. You know, as you can tell, I am great at math. But yeah, that much time until stream is done, and we are right off to Leon and learn about making some social media. So, as always, going full prep with our Code Wars. My A function consonant count that takes a string of English language text and returns the number of constants in the string. Are all letters used to write English, excluding the vowels A, E, I, O, and U. So we are literally counting characters that are not one of these 5. So parameters is always going to be a string. We are always going to return a number. If it is an empty string, it is 0 as a number. For example, if they are all A's, then we return 0. So duplicates do not matter. It is specifically how many are seen, not how many unique there are. We are then going to need to go through the characters and count, increment a counter if it is a constant. So create counter loop through string if car is A, E, I, O, U is not increment counter. And finally, return counter. Seems like some good pseudocode to me. Let count equal 0 for const car of string using a for of loop. Can we just as easily use a for let loop? If car. So how do I check if it's A, E, I, or U? I could do equals A, or car equals E, or I, O, and U. Or I can say A, E, I, O, U. And we do need to handle all cases, so A, I, O, U includes car. Basically checking if car is inside this string I just wrote. And if so, we want to invert it to say, if you're not inside there, increment our count by 1, and then return said count. Did 8 to equal 7? Aha, so we got one more than we needed. Take a look at this particular string. There's a space in here. So we need to specifically ignore space characters. So if car not equal space, and you're not A, E, I, or U, then this runs. Nope. Expect 15 to equal 7. Additionally, we are only supposed to look at actual characters. So specifically, we're counting the number of letters that are constant. It makes sense when we say it out loud, but I have done it wrong. So we need to check that this character is in the alphabet. So is an alphabetical character in general, and then the count. So what we can do is a cool trick using numbers and greater than. So for example, A and Z. So A is greater than Z. It's false, but less is true. So these can be used as comparisons. So what we're going to do is we're going to lowercase the entire string. And yes, I know there's regex to do this. We're avoiding regex. We're going to check if car greater than or equal to A and car less than or equal to Z. So basically checking you're in between A and Z. And you're not one of those. Then you're good. Now we can actually do a little optimization here because we don't actually want the A. So we're like, you have to be greater than A. If you are A, you're not enough. And I think that is the solution. Now, what are some alternative ways to do this? We can use regex, of course, by selecting all of the word characters. So A to Z range, but not including A, I, O, U. I actually don't know the regex for this off of the top of my head. I'm curious to see what the Code Warriors came up with. Okay, there's the regex. Oh, they just created a bunch of ranges, one for each ranges around all of the bad characters. Then, so they check for word character, digit character. Oh, so they get rid of everything that's what they don't want to count, and then get the length of the remaining string. That also works, obviously. Nice. Literally just typed all the constant characters out. Okay, everyone did regex, huh? Did everyone do regex? Everyone did some form of regex. Well, I'm not too surprised. Okay, with that one, we are good. Count constants, mark completed. Set up the next one. Letters only, please. Let's assume we need a clean string. Clean means a string should contain only letters and spaces. We assume that there are no double spaces or line breaks, and a function that takes a string and returns a string without all the unnecessary characters. Okay, so we're basically getting rid of all the letters, everything that's not a letter, and a space. So we can do this. So our parameter is a string, or returning a string without any of the non-alphabetic, non-space characters. So our pseudocode for this is going to be create result string for car ns if car is letter or space, add to result, return result. That's my pseudocode. Let result equals an empty string for, my bad, I just realized I forgot to put this one in the chat. Const car of s dot, well, what's the variable called? It is called s. I want to do the same trick again, to lowercase if car greater than or equal to A and car less than or equal to Z, or car triple equals space. So there are two conditions. One, you're a letter. Two, you're a space. So since there are two, I need to put this one in parentheses, so the letter 1 only evaluates to true or false based on its logic and doesn't chain with the rest of it. Maybe we don't need that, but it always feels safer to protect it in parentheses. Result plus equal the current character. Then we'll return the result. Again, I know there's a regex for this. I might be able to even think of it, but we are avoiding that at all when possible. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, great. So expected this to equal, wow, a bunch of other stuff. Hold up. Oh, this is a random test. Maybe I'll get lucky. No, okay. Ooh, so since I lowercased it, that's they want the original casing preserved. Understandable. So we want to make sure that it is a character, but we can't check against just the lowercase ones. We have to also check against the uppercase range. Again, I know better ways to do this, but this way also works. And it's not using regex, which I'm trying to avoid here, folks. So if you are a lowercase character or you're an uppercase character, then you are an alphanumeric character or you're a space. Bada bing, bada boom. Everyone's going to be doing this in regex, I know, though. There we go. So replace everything that's not a letter or a space with nothing. Be done with it. Oh, a filter method. That would be cool. Ah, here's another trick for checking if something's a character or an alphabetic character is if lowercase does not equal to uppercase, because only the alphabet actually has upper and lower case. Now here's my trick. A to Z, A to Z. Literally my trick. Is that me? No, that's not me. It's someone else. Yeah, that was a pretty good one, folks. Let's knock that one off. Letters only. Completed. Now that took a moment. Let's jump on to the next Code War. This might be our last one considering how close we are to the time, but we'll give it a shot. Naughty or nice. Wow, my browsers are like, haha, you want to do more? Don't think so. That's okay. No, this isn't a string one, but I do believe this is kind of topical because for those who didn't read or didn't just want to wait, 5-second spoiler alert. Leon wants us to be doing array-based problems now, so this is an array-based problem. Yeah, Ty, thanks for coming on by. It's almost raid time. I think we can do one last Code Wars, though. We can squeeze it in here. We can do it. So, blah, blah, blah. Let's just skip down to the code test. So, get nice names, get naughty names. What they should be doing is they should be returning all of the objects. Let's just run it and see what happens. Usually we go full prep here, but we ain't got that yet. We ain't got the time. So let's see what we're supposed to do. Both of the functions accept a sequence of objects. First sequence of nice people. The second, which is a sequence of only naughty people. Return the sequence if either contains no name. So we're supposed to return them if they are nice or not nice. So this is a filter. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what day you want to count it. Like, do we start doing them arrays tomorrow or arrays today? I think it's arrays tomorrow, right, Ty? So this is a people.filter because we know it's a filter because we have an array of objects or array of elements. We want to return the exact same elements, but we want to return less of them. So we want to conditionally get rid of some of them. We want to filter some of them out. So now, how do we want to filter them out is based on our callback, which will be called with each individual element. Now, for this one, we want to get the objects of people who are nice. Now a person, as we can see, has a was nice attribute that should do the trick. Now for naughty, yeah, Ty most likely for sure. We just want to say everyone who was not nice, which can be done with the logical not operator. Or not. So I didn't really read it. After we get the people who are nice and naughty, we want just the names. So we want to map this person to person.name. We want to do this for both of them. I was able to determine that because I saw here it expected my array of objects to equal an array of strings. Yeah, no horizon. And that, I think, is this problem solved there. Bada boom, bada bing. So this is a filter and a map, 2-for-1 combo. Though to not do any of that, I'll show you how we do it without this. So if the array methods still are beating you, we can do this with a normal loop. So for person of people, then we're gonna check if person.wasNice. Names.push person.people, no, person.name, and return names. As you can see, same result. And if you want to be real, you want to go full code Winnie, you want to be technical about it, this is technically more efficient than the filter and the map, because the filter goes through the entire array once, then the map goes through the returning array once. So that would be creating an array of people, and then creating another loop to go over the people and say, oh, push your name to this. So we smushed it into one right here. So it's not exactly filter map, but it's how you would do it if you weren't up for filtering or mapping. But yeah, folks, there we go. I think Leon's gonna start in a moment. Got ads right now. Let's give it a good moment for Leon to actually get loaded. I don't think we can squeeze another Code Wars in here, folks. I don't know. I don't think we can squeeze one in. I don't see any easy ones. I just did the easy one. Oh no. Might be able to squeeze this one in. For those who don't know who I'm talking about, it's like, why do they keep talking about this Leon person? Who is this Leon person? So, Leon, 100 devs. So Code Wars, actually, if you're new, thanks for coming on by. Code Wars is a site where there are coding challenges, and you're supposed to write code to solve the challenges. It's pretty great to train to, like, learn new language, learn particular new methods, and all kinds of different things relating to your basics of the language. Not necessarily algorithm heavy, but it's pretty fun. Good challenges. We're actually basically gonna end stream like in a few seconds though, because we're gonna raid our friend, well, I guess our Leon. So if y'all don't know, 100 Devs is a free it's a sorry, goldfish memory. It's a training agents. It's a training program attached to a web development agency that basically teaches you to go from 0 to full stack web developer, particularly with the MERN stack, but any stack would really work. And yeah, we go from learning just JavaScript or just HTML, just CSS, then we get to JavaScript, then we get to Node on the back end, then we get to Express, then you're getting around to MongoDB, because that's our database, authentication, all the cool stuff, folks. So those who don't know, feel free to stay along as we go and learn and raid them. They're always a blast. I think they're actually playing ads right now, so we're waiting for the ads to be over. But it'll be in a momento. And yeah. Again, appreciate y'all coming by. It's always good. I think we might be able to squeeze this Code War. I'm not sure. So this site, yeah, this is my site. I made this, so the code's also on GitHub. Rascal 2. I think that's the right link. It's basically a place where you can create your own list and you can add things to them. And after you answer questions about how they're sorted, it will sort them automatically. Now, the reason you're seeing it like this is because it supports custom HTML, which I've written right here. Anyone can. And yeah, it turns that into HTML you can mess around with. Man, Leon's got a lot of raids or a lot of ads this time. This is my sixth ad. Well, I guess I gotta apologize to Ray. If I rated early, y'all be watching ads. But yeah, I do think the ads are done now, so we're gonna raid Learn with Leon. Like I said, folks, if you want to learn web dev, we're a little bit far into the program, but it's all their content is on YouTube, on Discord. Even if you're not here to learn, even if you know a completely different stack, the Discord's super welcoming. All kinds of different folks from different levels of technology. It's a blast, you know. Or if you're just there for an inspirational speech, yeah, usually got one of those too. It is a new thing, stout fella. It's signed kind of a new thing for like certain size channels. I'm sure Leon will actually describe it in detail because I don't have access to that in the first place. But it is a new thing. But yeah, I do think it's about time to go. So thanks for coming by, everyone.